Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Legends Season 9, but this time it is the Grand Finals. I'm joined, of course, by the great, the immaculate, man of many titles, Logical Dota 2. How are you tonight?
I'll do it good, Badger. We've been casting a good part of this tournament so far, and finally happy to see the culmination. Two best teams duke it out again.
We have at long last reached the end, and if you had to ask going into the season who was going to win, you would not have said these two teams. Sure, they both were considered very good teams, but neither were really the heavyweight contenders going into the season. But through the playoffs, they got the key upsets, they got the key wins, they've made it here, head bunk. They made it out of the winners finals, beating this team, Bing Chilling 2-0. Bing Chilling, for their part, made it through losers. They defeated Metaverse Esports 2-0. Metaverse were probably one of the favorites at that point, at least in terms of many perceptions, after they beat Booba Enthusiasts, who were by far the best team going into playoffs. But in the playoffs, Booba Enthusiasts, KU and company, they could not win the games. They went out at fifth, so now we are here for grand finals, and I'm really excited. We're already actually pretty far into this draft. They're drafting real fast right now. Brewmaster Rubik, Coddle, Dusa, first phase bands, Weaver 5, Pugna, DK 6, 7, Storm 8. What's your thoughts so far?
There's a couple things that I'm interested in, mainly the five band or the one band Brewmaster. But aside from that, I'd say these have all been heroes that have been really highly prioritized by these teams. And Pugna, just a really good hero right now, probably in talks for being the best hero in the game. And then Weaver has been a hero that both of these teams have seemed to value a lot in their past couple series. We saw in for Bing Chilling in their last series against Metaverse. Game one, Weaver was first phase banned, and then game two, they just instantly picked it when it wasn't banned.
It's one of those things where, because this patch has been going on for so long, we basically had the whole tournament on one patch. And that's been how it's gone. We've seen Tiny go from being irrelevant to being the best hero in Dota. Now he's still pretty good, but he's no longer, the best hero in Dota anymore. We've seen these teams really play these heroes for a very, very long time, was what I'm saying.
Mhm. And yeah, Tiny went from being pretty much ignored or being thought of as a bad hero to being, yeah,
He
I'd say
made it
pretty
out of
much
the.
the best hero in the game. And okay, before that ban, I was gonna say I would not have been that entirely surprised to see Tiny just ignored in its entirety, because I think that Tiny has had a kind of bad showing for the most part in this playoffs. So it's won a couple of games, but I feel like a lot of games we've seen people or teams rather like very highly prioritize Tiny, and then it just kind of gets kited because actually winning the game with that hero can be kind of difficult. Uh, it's a pretty good Tiny game for both teams right now, though. So I think the Tiny ban makes sense from Headbone. Ooh, Naga ban.
It's one of those things too, where usually the pro meta, right, is one of the things we compare it to. We see a lot of IO being picked, but neither of these teams are big IO players. I believe they both can play it, but neither are renowned IO specialists. So we might just be seeing a very different set of heroes here. Hopefully, perhaps,
Mhm.
probably not, but yeah,
Death
probably
Prophet.
not.
Death Row has been completely ignored so far in this game. And this was a hero that both of these teams were actually like pretty highly prioritizing in their series winners finals. So it's pretty interesting.
I agree with you on that one. Maybe just seeing the other heroes spades them, but I'd still lock in that DP right now if I were literally either team.
Yeah, I mean it's looking pretty good for both teams, to be honest. I'm pretty interested by some of these second phase bans though. I think the head bonk bans make sense. They're trying to protect their storm spirit on the 8 pick, so banning out Puck and banning out Invoker. Two heroes that are just kind of pretty good against Storm. Puck is able to catch Storm for the majority of the game. And then in Invoker's case, the lane is pretty good. And then like right after the laning phase as well, Invoker's really good at catching Storm because of Cold Snap and Tornado. I'm kind of surprised by Bing Chilling's bans, though. TA is a smiley hero, I guess, so that makes sense. But Necrophos and Naga Siren, I think are really bad heroes against Pugna. Pugna is like one of the best counters to both of those heroes. Against Naga, you can instantly clear all the illusions with Shard, and Decrepify is really good at stopping Naga from dealing damage. And then Necrophos, I feel like for a long time has just been Pugna has been a no Necrophos counter just because that hero can't stop you from just Decrep sucking you unless they're willing to cast Reaper Scythe. But that's just like a terrible exchange for the Necrophos.
This is interesting because I feel like Headbonk, they're just kind of picking heroes that are A, good in the meta, and B, heroes they like playing, which usually is like a recipe for success, but I'm not quite sure. What is this draft concept for Headbonk right now? Is it just like go get some pickoffs, split the map around? What are they going for?
Yeah, these heroes are really mobile for the most part. Like Weaver has Shikuchi, so you can move around the map really fast. Stormsphere has Ball Lightning, obviously helps you move around the map really fast. And then Dawnbreaker can just teleport from one side of the map to the other. So I think for the most part, they're looking to just try to get as much out of the map as possible, and then they're all trying to converge on fights when they do actually opt to take fights. This is Trek Dawnbreaker offlane, like almost certainly, right? So
Oh, without a doubt.
they yeah, they need a carry here. They're like a little bit light on stuns. I think when Dire gets a BK, when Dire gets BKBs, Radiant might struggle to find kills a little bit, but they do have Storm, which is one of the best hard lockdown mid heroes. And Dawnbreaker is like decent-ish at locking down heroes with the Blink Starbreaker, because you can cast Blink in the middle of Starbreaker, and that's like okay for starting initiations. Um, I think this is abusable though, and I'm looking to see what types of heroes Bing Chong will play right now to kind of abuse the fact that it is a little bit hard for Radiant to force you to take fights. I guess that's actually one good thing about the Grimstroke that we haven't talked about is that yeah, against some of these heroes like Ember, that might be better against the lack of lockdown coming up from Headbonk. The Grimstroke ulti is a really good way of forcing them to actually take a fight when Radiant wants to take a fight. This Ember is honestly, I'm also really kind of surprised at this Ember pick. I think it's a pretty bad Ember game into Storm Spirit and Grimstroke,
Like you
but
asked the question, and then Dire instantly solved with their own pick, which is usually the opposite of what you'd want.
I yeah that it's a camel farmer here. It's like the camel farmer here pretty much, right? So
I believe so. If
yeah,
not, either top two or just number one. It's definitely one of the better heroes.
he's a beast of the spirits. I'll give him that much. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. He's actually I've been impressed. He's like a divine player, but he's like constantly just getting rampages and having really impressive score lines on Spirit Heroes.
I looked it up. He is 3-1 on Ember in this season of Lads, which is pretty good.
That's not bad. I think their one loss was to Booba Enthusiast during the during groups. That's the word I was thinking of, groups. Yeah.
You are
And
correct.
he had an impressive scoreline that game as well. He had like 17 kills, right?
I think that was the Rampage game, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
The
13
one
minute
game he
ramp.
lost, he had the Rampage.
Yeah. So he's a beast on the Spirit Heroes voice spirit as well. It's a bad Ember game. The lane against Storm is less than desirable, and then against Grimstroke in the mid game as well. There's like no items that you can buy pretty much to save you from the Grimstroke. You can get a Yule's, but the ult lasts like out. The ult lasts significantly longer than Yule Scepter, so you have to wait a long time if you're trying to use it before you Fire Remnant away. Or yeah, I mean if you buy a BKB as well, it just doesn't do anything against the Grimstroke ult. So you do have to be really careful on what you do. You have to be really careful, especially on how you position your hero on Ember Spirit, because if you're next to a teammate, then you're pretty much just going to die to getting linked and auto attacked, even through BKB, even through Flame Guard.
They're spending a lot of time, all their remaining reserve time, on this Smiley carry pick, and there's a number of them still unbanned. But the answer is now. There's 3 seconds. There's no waiting, and it will be Juggernaut, a hero who, at the beginning of the patch, was literally as dead as a hero can be. But suddenly he's been more in the vogue as the months have gone on.
I like this pick, to be honest. I think this is pretty good. I mean, of course, the lane with Grimstroke is going to be phenomenal, right? It's
Absolutely.
Inksol plus the spin is going to be is going to actually be a way to kill the Dragonite during the laning phase. And then just kind of later on as well, with the Dawnbreaker, like with the threat of the Dawnbreaker, what's the ability called? Solar Guardian on the Juggernaut, it's going to be really hard to burst his hero once you get a couple of HP items. The Jug can play very aggressively because the only way that you'll be able to catch the Jug is through DK stun, which is very good catch, but Tusk 4, yeah. Yeah, okay, okay. I like Radiance
Interesting.
Draft more, but I'll continue what I was saying. Yeah, the Juggernaut's gonna be really hard for him to die with the Dawnbreaker hero behind him, and so you're going to be able to play very aggressively on the Jug. I think this game.
I like the idea of this Tusk pick into the Jug specifically, but I still think I like the Radiant draft better as well. I don't know. It's feels like a real good Radiant draft here.
Yeah, they pick this 24 Tusk, and it's gonna help the DK in that the DK is probably not gonna struggle anymore against this lane because before this Tusk pick, if they just picked like some kind of ranged four that you'd pair with DK, like a Skywrath Mage or something, Hoodwink, then I think the DK might just die a lot to the Grimstroke Jug combo. But I think with Snowball, it probably won't happen as much. Unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna let them actually pressure the Jug. I think the Jug's still gonna have a completely fine free farm game. And I mean, I can understand it. Like the Tusk Punch is good against Jug as well later on to stop him from spin TPing and just kind of laning. It's really hard to just like honestly lane up until this or up into this Juggernaut Grimstroke. So the Tusk is probably going to do some creep wave pulling shenanigans as well. Still, though, I do like Radiance draft more. I think it works together more nice.
And it is go time. It is grand finals game number one. We are in. It's time for what should be a very fantastic grand finals. This is the, I believe, sixth game between these teams this season. They've all been pretty good, and, well, hopefully we're in for three more. My name is Badger, I'm joined by the one and only Logical Dota. And hopefully we're in for a, I already said, but hopefully we're in for a good time.
Think it should be. I mean, I don't think either of these teams have like super insanely outdrafted them either. Have super insanely outdrafted the other either. So this game should be good. I mean, all the games are pretty close as well. From all the six games that you said previously, I can't remember any that were just like complete stomps.
Well, there are a lot of men in the Roshan pit right now.
Aurora's an animal. That's all I gotta say.
I absolutely agree.
That's all. That's all. Sorry, continue what you're saying.
I mean, yeah, it's one of those things where we didn't really mention it. Headbonk are notorious for being, how do I put it, goons, degenerates, chucklefucks, clowns. Take your pick. They're certainly quite the jokers, and we
I
may
mean,
be seeing
there's a
some
difference.
stuff happening here.
I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but that goes behind being a chuckle fuck. I think
Oh,
that's
I didn't actually see what happened. I'm waiting for 10 to see
Oh,
it. We're gonna see
okay.
Ace Fall on
Yeah,
Cable Farmer right
that's.
now.
Is he gonna dodge it?
He
Oh,
missed the dodge. He tried for it. He will not die here, though.
that is like a really big deal in my opinion, though. That is. I mean, first of all, he's just 200 HP, right? So yeah, okay. So Bulljack's gonna sell him. This is good. I think this is really important. However, getting Sleight of Fist at level 1 it makes this lane a lot more obnoxious, and he doesn't actually dodge that auto attack, so Sal gets cancelled a little early. Fury likes playing Storm a lot, and he's also quite good at it. So I think he's going to be able to take advantage of Camel Farmer in this lane. This is going to be a very good lane. I mean, in general, it's already a very good lane for Storm. I think it's very hard for Ember to kind of do anything up until up into the magic damage from Storm, but especially with just how this lane started out, I think it's going to be even more rough than normal.
Especially in a lane like this that can go either way. You mentioned the importance of the first three waves, and first three waves all the way of Fury right now. And Fury, he's one of the more renowned middle laners in Lads. He played Squid in the 1v1, beat Squid 2-1. And Squid, I mean, this is a ranked theater player, so it's a very good win right there for under his belt.
That's true. Cardinal Squid's better than me is higher more.
I digress though. Bot lane, it is an Inksfall and spin on Acid Rain, but it's dodged by the Snowball, so no stun. Good play from Mr. Rank 500 Acid Rain dodging that one. In the top lane, we have not looked at it, but it is a lot of spells being casted for very little damage.
But Acid Rain got Snowball level 1. I think Radiant wasn't expecting that. It is a pretty good decision though. I think he was like, with the way that he was playing, he was ready to skill Snowball level 1. I think this is probably just correct. Wave is very big for Radiant. I maybe should have been watching that. I was paying a little bit too much attention to the mid lane, but this is like very good for Dire. I think just the way that this lane has started. DK, I mean, this lane's definitely just fine for Dire in general, just this 2v2, but I think the Dragon Knight's going to be pretty happy.
Yeah, a lot of happy lasses under the tower, even with the Nye or two there. That's fantastic stuff. And well, I'm seeing Acid Rain 1v1 with Aurora, but top lane, actually not, bot lane. Everyone's fine. Top lane's alive, bot lane's alive. I'm seeing a lot of health bars get very low, but I'm I'm good. No, I have not missed first blood yet.
Aside from this bottom lane, the other lanes, like it's hard to just like straight up kill someone. That's a lie, actually. I don't really know why I said that, but it's I feel like you'll be able to catch this first kill. I got faith in you.
I mean, if you think about it historically, I used to have a very bad problem with missing first blood. And actually, top lane is Boldak going down to trick the Green Knight, aided by Baboon. I caught first blood. That's always a good sign.
Well played, well played. I was about to say this top lane is like very good for Dire. I think they have very good, just like hero to hero matchups in this top lane. I think Dawnbreaker and Weaver work better together, but CK in general is just a oppressively strong laner, and then Pugna as well is just a really nice hero to lane into Weaver because of Nether Ward versus Shikuchi.
Big damage bot lane, Inkswell, and Spin combination is a bit too much for Journey to survive. They went on Aster and he snowballed. They moved over to the Dragon Knight. Good prioritization from Smiley and Big Dave. So now it's 2 kills for Headbang, 0 for Bing Chiling, and it's not a big lead yet, but throwing a few more kills like that and it's not very good.
For sure. I missed how that happened, but I saw that Snowball was cooldown at the end of that, so I guess they just tried to go a little bit aggressive, maybe with like Dragon Tail plus Tag Team, which is actually a pretty decent combo for damage, but you do have to kind of keep your spells to ensure that you don't die.
I believe Journey was not in range of the snowball from Acid Rain.
I see.
But I don't exactly remember what the complete situation, but if memory serves, Acid Rain was not in range of Snowball Journey. To walk into would have been top lane. Shrek goes down to Fume, but it may be an exchange, Baboon. He's dead as well! 2 kills in this top lane. You mentioned the power of this Dire side top lane. It is showing off right now. 2 kills for Fume and Voljax.
Nice job. I mean, their lane is also just like really good at. I mean, not necessarily the lane, but their heroes have just really good attributes overall. The Pugna is like the fastest hero in the game, I'm pretty sure, base move speed wise, and then has 4 armor as well, and just a really good attack animation, really long attack range as well. And the CK is just has an unreasonable amount of damage, has the heal from the lifesteal from the crit. So these heroes are just very good at the things that aren't just like having strong abilities. Like they're in melee, it's called intangibles. I think when you talk about it, like a character's run speed and stuff like that, their intangibles are really strong. Camel Farmer. Oh,
speaking of tangibles, actually no Camel Farmer with the armor from the tower survives. Ice Shard hits on Baboon, but with the Inkswell, never mind. No stun on Tusk, but it does not matter. It's still 1-for-1 exchange. Both supports going down, and bit of an interesting exchange. I believe it's good for the Radiant team, if anything, but pretty even there.
yeah, it's definitely pretty even. Camel Farmer got the kill first, which is actually kind of a bad thing, but I think you do prefer having you prefer if you're Dire trading kills like this, because it means that your Ember Spirit ends up getting more out of the kill, because the Storm's already having a pretty good game, but this comparatively gives a lot more to the Ember. And the Ember is like doing pretty well now. Camel Farmer is having a fine game.
They're securing the runes as well for the Ember, ensuring his game is still going pretty well. They're seeing a 2v2 fight in the Radiant small camp area, but zip away by a storm means there will be no casualties. A lot of action in the mid lane. There's just heroes. Both team supports are just camping mid lane now. We are at that stage of the game. The lanes have degenerated. We're sitting mid now on 6 heroes. That's important.
It's
Radiant has got those stacks.
yeah. Weaver's really just as a hero is really good at being able to do that. It's very hard to punish a Weaver just like walking up hills unless you have heroes that are ready and are good at actually punishing it. Like you need a CK with the Sentry Ward or like a Dragon Knight to be standing up the hill to punish a Weaver. So at this stage of the game, that's just not happening whatsoever. So Weaver can kind of go run around and do whatever they want.
It's a good day to be J. Curto, at least for the next, next like 6 minutes. It's pretty good to be J. Curto. Eventually, I'm sure DK, Tusk, they'll have items to deal with that era, but currently, Weaver is completely unabated. He's fine. He's good to go.
And speaking of items, this oh wait, bottom lane, nothing.
It's a good snowball away there. Inkswell spin combination, but Acid Rain, just ready to go. You're saying about items?
The DK has bought a lot of intermediary items. I don't know if I think that's the right word, but he's gonna have a very late blink dagger because he's going double bracer, soul ring, and treads. Like this is like 2,000 gold worth of items before the blink from just boots of speed. And I don't think it's terrible or anything, but I think this is a bit too much. I'd say having like both bracers and the soul ring I think might be too much. It might have been better to have like one bracer plus soul ring and then a blink after that with maybe like some even like, smaller items instead of going for these 500 gold items. Like a Quelling Blade or a Windlace might be good on top of that.
Well, we are seeing Baboon being snowballed upon. I believe he dies. He does die. But still, Radiant got the key stacks. Baboon and Shrek went in there during that entire time. Got the dire jungle stacks. And as that happens, Radiant got a stack bottom lane as well. As that happens, taking the bottom lane, it's a rotation from Fury onto Dragon Knight and Journey. Despite the two bracers, can't survive the 3v1 fight. He'll go down there on the DK. So now it's back to 4-4 kill score. We're seeing some farming in the other lanes, but I was gonna say we might see a tower push, but it's already over. Both teams are defending their towers.
Fury is really farmed as well. That's a pretty solid TP, I think, to kill the DK. It's a little bit hard to recognize in the game, but killing this DK sets his blink dagger back even more. So now he's gonna have like a 15-minute blink or something, which is it's not unplayable or anything, but it's definitely not what you want because DK is going to be your best catch for like the Jug, for instance. It's going to be really hard for the Jug to die unless he's either egregiously out of position and gets punched while he's trying to spin TP. Yeah, actually, that's the only way that he dies, really, until this blink gets finished on DK. So I think netting this kill on DK is a really big deal. Is well played TP by Fury.
Saw Widow attempt mid lane and buy head bonk. They had an Inkswell Storm Spirit, but the gank was dodged by Camel Farmer and company, so we are back to our regularly scheduled agriculture. It is farm time, and it is a less than 1k net worth lead in our direction for the entire game, so we'll have to see when these key farm accelerants come out, if one team or the other can come out on top. We're seeing Smiley buy a Maelstrom, but he's not quite there yet. Other than that, I guess not really too many farm items happening. I guess also Camel Farmer buying a Maelstrom, but we're just waiting. We're waiting on items at this point.
That's pretty par for the course for Ember. I'd even hesitate to call it just a farming item because it's like the highest damage item that you can get for fighting as well on Ember for the cost.
It's the everything item. No matter what you're doing, you just buy the Maelstrom pretty much. You're good to go.
CK is also really rich. This hero farms egregiously quickly with the new Chaos Strike buff and how they've changed the ult slowly over time. You can just press Phantasm off cooldown to farm pretty much. I would like to see him stay top though. I think letting this top tower go like this is kind of a big deal, and it kind of gives up a lot of the map that you don't need to be giving up. I mean, Shrek is not particularly scary either on Dawnbreaker. Like a potential TPs and connecting to the heroes would be a big deal, but
Camel Farmer mid lane with the Vortex. He could not dodge spells. Inkswell will bring him down. Acid Rain is snowballed in, but he is tanking the tier 1 tower. I believe he'll die as well. It's 2 kills now for Fury on the Storm. He is 4-0. And as that happens, you mentioned that top T1 tower going down. It went down during that. So across the map, that is a steal for Head Bonk, a 2-for-1 special, and they get both the wins there.
Yeah. This like extra map is going to be a really big deal as well for Headbunk because they have these heroes that are so easy to connect with. So I like how this Jug is just kind of still playing in the bottom area. I think this is really good, and I think if he can continue to stay here and just like farm this rotation out, Radiant just has way more of the map right now. I don't really like the way that they're playing this, but I think it still makes sense. So now the Dawnbreaker is going to farm the bottom area, and she'll be able to ult to people in other locations. However, I think Dire is doing the correct response to this, which is just dive the Dawnbreaker, because she can't ult to the hero that's being gone on if she's the hero that's being gone on.
And they have 3 heroes there. It's Ember, DK, and Pugna, but DK, you mentioned the item buildup. He still has no blink. He has 1,600 gold, so they can start walking up slowly and trying to deal with the Dawnbreaker, but there's a TP reaction if you do that. As that happens, Radiant dive mid lane for the CK. Gasbolt is dodged. Inkswell will stun. It's Fury diving against Fume in a 4v1. Dire will TP in, but is it in time? Yes, it is. Snowball's on Fury. He's out of mana on the Storm. The punch is in the air, but Fury is still 1/4 HP. Is it damage there? Yes, it is. So down goes Storm. Radiant have failed their dive. Shrek got mid, and as actually on the south side, Baboon finished Fume in the river. Surprise kill there, and very important. Without that kill, it would be a disaster for the Radiants.
That's pretty unfortunate. Fume got a good toggle off in between a Weaver auto attack and an Urn charge, but then afterwards, when it was just the Urn charge, he missed his toggle and died to the Urn.
Ball on Aurora, the Grimstroke, very dead. It's a 2-man Inkswell stun on Ember and Tusk. Spin to follow up. Acid Rain's life possibly is lost. Right click from Smiley will finish him to the 1-for-1 exchange. Both supports going down there. Shrek is in. He's low on HP, but Dire lacked the damage. Fury has spawned into the fight, vortexing Kale Farmer. Kale Farmer cannot remnant in time. He was just too slowed. 2-for-1, and now Fury wants a third kill. He finds Bojax, the Pugna. Pugna has no way out of that one. It's a 3-for-1 exchange, and Radiance will tack on a middle tier 1 tower to boots.
That was kind of a big deal at the end there. I'd say overall the fight went well for Dire, but just like at the very end, Camel Farmer going down actually enables Radiant to get the tower here, and it's kind of a big deal for the game now. Radiant is going to continue to have their map advantage for the most part. Not for the most part. They're just going to continue to have this map advantage now.
Barring a major mistake, yeah, we're seeing Baboon already bottom lane farming, Trek top jungle farming, Smiley Trakant farming. It's farm time. Dire cannot outpace them right now.
They are just going to let this tower go down bottom, which I think is... It probably makes sense. The CK is actually really strong now, so it can be a little bit difficult to fight into him. But I think it did make a big difference. I think Radiant got a good bit more out of that like 4 or 5 minute period where they got the Dire top tier 1 and their top tier or their bottom tier 1 was alive. I think they were able to farm like probably like 800 to 1,000 more gold compared to the other team.
So, I mean, it's one of those things you might say 800 gold, who cares, but 800 gold every few minutes, and it's like, wait a minute, that's bad. Eventually, this Headmonk strat will just pay off, or just out farming by that much, 32k lead, and that 2k lead might just keep growing for a while.
Yeah, and I'm 800 gold, not 8k gold, it's definitely a lot. 800 gold is also just a lot at this point in the game where it's not like a hero matchup thing. That was just like a play thing. They got the enemy tower when realistically they probably shouldn't have, and their tower was alive because they're doing a good job of keeping it alive. It was like that's just a play thing, and because of that play, they're able to get 800 gold more, which is that's just a lot of money for something like that, for just like one piece of information like that.
They knew Baboon was there, they had the Obs and Sentry combo. Problem is, they lacked the coordination. The punch was on the Weaver, but there was no follow-up, so no kill on Weaver. Well, mid lane, it is Fume Invis. Chaos Bolt is on Fury, but they split their attention. Fury will BKB, he'll round Remnant. Try to fight with the two heroes there. The damage is massive. Acid Rain dead, Fume dead as well. Boljax Tried to save his teammate, but it will cost him his life as well. Pugna drops the ward, gets Desseled, gets Remnanted, and gets killed by Storm. It's 3 more kills for Headbonk, and it is a 4K net worth lead, 7 kill lead, and it's looking real good right now.
Yeah, Big Chilling is playing a little bit off right now. I like the initiation on the Storm kind of because that was the Shadowblade reveal of the CK, and they had the Tusk to follow up and the DK as well. But they just like didn't chain their spells really together at all. There wasn't the snowball, there wasn't the punch after the CK stun, so he just got his BKB off, and the fight turns bad really quickly. Headbonk are playing all these fights like pretty well, and Bing Chilling is kind of just making a mistake every like at least one mistake per engagement. It's costing them. Scheme is looking a lot better for Headbonk. They're playing quite clean right now.
They have the Weaver after the time lapse. Can they finish the Weaver? Yes, they can. But it's a Soulbind on CK and Dragon Knight. They're caught together. Shrek is man fighting. In comes the Omni Slash. Down goes the Chaos Knight as a punch comes in backside on Aurora. Back to the Ember. Ember's away from Shrek, but Shrek is solo. Journey brings him down, but it's in exchange for the Pugna. Now it's Jug. We spin on cooldown for 10 seconds, run away from 3 heroes. Fury will BKB. He'll Vortex. He wants the DK. He'll get the DK perhaps. One more hit will do it. Now Fury will TP away. Is it in time? It was actually not in time, but it did not matter. The chains were missed by Camel Farmer, so Fury gets away. Ends up being a 3-for-3 exchange. Gold-wise, it's 33 gold in favor of Bing Chilling, so a very even exchange right there.
Yeah, that's I'm surprised to see that it was actually a 33. It was 33 gold in favor of Bing Chilling because I think overall the fight was pretty good for Headbonk. Fury at the end timed that really well though with the TP out during his BKB because I don't think Camel Farmer particularly timed the chains badly. I think it was just like a super small window where he could have actually canceled it if any at all.
I want to say it's like a 0.15 second window, but it's hard to tell. I have to watch it back, and there's a good chance I was wrong. Fury, Arcane Rune zips in on Tusk, and Tusk is quite tanky, but I don't think he can get out of this one. Inkswell, the stun, down goes the Tusk, and Journey is nearby, but his 4 support is just dead.
Yuri can die now because they have they have everything they need pretty much, but I think they kind of need the CK for damage now. The Storm's just really tanky. He has this 250 health talent at 15 now, and obviously has had the BKB for quite a while, so he's actually sitting at 1750 health, which is quite a lot.
He has 11 armor too, which fucking in spellcaster like Storm, that's a lot of armor.
Yeah, Storm has pretty decent agi gain, and then also just very good base armor, so this hero ends up being pretty tanky. He has BKB, so yeah, I mean, this jump makes sense, I think. You're gonna have the Dawnbreaker.
He finds Fume, the stun by Shrek's ultimate. Soulbind will be on the Ember and the CK. CK is in the grave. Ember joins him, and now it's time to run. If you are Bing Chilling, you've lost your 2 main cores. Journey TP's away. It is in time. He'll get away. Bulljack's will as well, but it felt like a desperation play from Bing Chilling. They'll lose their CK and their Ember, and they'll lose back control as well from that.
Yeah. Radiant's just playing pretty clean, and Dire, yeah, they don't really have any ideas going on for the most part. As you said, that last play felt a little bit forced.
Alright, never mind. So they have a punch on Weaver, but they just can't kill him. The damage is non-existent, apparently.
Between the 2 subs, it's like not something that, yeah, that kill's just never happening.
At what point do you start being genuinely concerned for Bing Chilling's ability to even win this game anymore? Are we at that point already?
Yeah, I mean, it depends, right? Because like people tend to make not tend to make a lot of sense, but there are normally like a couple of mistakes, and there's you always have at least a few opportunities for the most part. But with the way that Headbonk has been playing, I think they should already be concerned. Smiley might go down here though. Oh wait, punching has been TP.
Snowball, Dragon Tail, the damage. It is barely enough. That is the kill they needed. Big swing immediately, over 1,000 gold swing from that 1 kill, and that is what they needed. They will now occupy the Radiant side jungle and get a lot of good farm out of that.
Yeah, that's very nice. Fury finished an Orchid as well, which isn't an item that I super love on Storm, but I think it's a little bit unfortunate to see your jug die like that, and you kind of miss your immediate window to do something with it. Oh,
Ball in by Fury. He'll find Camel Farmer at the Orchid and the Vortex. Shrek will stun him, and the damage is enough. They move to Tusk, who has no chance to escape. 2 kills for Shrek. The 3 Knights, and perhaps that will mean Headbunker will have their eyes in this dire side middle tier 2 tower. Or perhaps not. Only 1 creep, actually.
I mean, they got the jug, but still losing 2 heroes mid like that is unideal to say the least. Dire does have at least a little bit of map now. They're able to get this hill ward up so they can kind of play in the Radiant main jungle. However, playing in the Radiant main jungle means that you're not really on your own jungle, and so this Roshan is extremely free with Weaver right now. And Storm getting Aegis like this is a very big deal 22 minutes into the game.
It means that the second Roshan won't even be that late. It's one of the things you lament with these Lads games. Sometimes second Roshan is just too late. But it's going to be minute 30, minute 33 if Headbonk are playing the map correctly. So it's, from a macro sense, Headbonk have what they need to start. I mean, they haven't won the game yet, but they're in the position. They're in a strong winning position to begin constricting and making it difficult for Bing Chilling to even play Dota anymore. We're seeing it now. Fume is just sitting bottom invis with 2 heroes in the trees behind him. They can't really split the map the way the Headbonk can. Between me and you, we've mentioned about 17 times this game, but it's the overarching key concept. Headbonker everywhere, Bing Chilling or not, and as a result, Headbonker just winning the map.
Good play by Shrek as well. He walked up to like here and he was getting ready to farm the creep wave, but he's aware that just looking at his mini map, there's nowhere that Dire can be except for this bottom lane. So he just has to play as far back as possible, and then he'll be completely fine. Like his role right now with his hero is just to push out this bottom lane and then ult in when there's a fight. And he's doing that like perfectly right now. That's it.
I guess technically they could have been 5 in their base as well on the Dire side, but you have to assume Bing Chilling are playing 5 in their base at the stage of the game. That would be playing to lose.
I mean, as well as if that's like if your play is suboptimal because the enemy team's sitting 5 in their base, you're completely fine with that, right? Like if you see that they're all in their base, then you're still winning. So it's not like even if he's wrong, it's still good for them, and so it's just like the correct play. Objectively, I'd say
he's not being greedy. That's perhaps the Shrek factor. He is the highest MR player in the lobby. Last time I checked, ranked 260 Immortal. So this is a high MR guy.
higher more than me as well, better player.
He's bad, man. What can you do?
I don't know if that's true. Actually, you said he was 260. I might be higher than 260. Right?
I think he was like 263 last time I checked. I got a screenshot earlier from my video, and I think it was like 263.
I'll have to ask him what his MR is right now, but small chance I'm higher. I mean, they both definitely hit 8K, him and Squid, so I can't say I've done that much.
You've never hit 8K?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I've gotten like 7, 850.
We're seeing a 5-man smoke from Bing Chilling. They find the Weaver. Can they kill the Weaver? I hope so. Lotus from Weaver. He'll time lapse, and he actually Chikuchi's away. The dust is on point. The Weaver's in the trees. Oh no! What a disaster! You 5-man gank a Weaver, a low priority target, and you don't even kill the Weaver. That's not good.
I'd have to watch what the DK was doing there, but for them, I mean, that kill is like kind of hard to go for as well. Not to mention that's just like the worst hero to kill. You'd actually rather kill the Grimstroke than kill the Weaver like that. It's that's a little unfortunate, but it's also just goes to show that Radiant's playing the map very well. The easiest and most immediate play for Dire was just a really bad one for the most part. And it's not even like really their fault at this point in the game. It's just the game's really bad for them right now.
Long zip by Fury finds Fume the Dire side jungle. Fume will BKB and TP. The damage from the Omni Slash, not quite enough. Acerain Snowball to distract. And he does distract, but it will cost him his life. That is a 23rd kill now for Headbonk. I guess good news, Fume didn't die, but it's still bad across the situation there. You lose a hero and you lose a BKB charge on CK for, I mean, mana on Storm.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because or not Headbook. I don't know if it's because Bing Chilling's playing a little off this game, but I'm like pretty genuinely impressed by Raiden. I think they're playing. They've played this game really well so far. I don't think they've really made any major mistakes. I think like maybe the way that they played the map could have been optimized a little bit, but for the most part, this was like really well played by them. Just overall decision making wise.
They almost got Fume as well in the dire side track camp. They went from ganking Fume to ganking Fume again, but the detection was not on points. Fury had no dust, and Aurora was not in range, I don't think. So that's... If Fume dies there with BKB on cooldown, that's... I mean, it's not GG as in like the GG comes out, but you put the odds of Headbonk winning at an extraordinarily high number at that point.
Yeah, I mean that would have been a really good, like that would have been really good for them because Fume will never actually die if he has this, like, when this BKB is off cooldown until or unless Smiley finishes a basher, which I don't think he's going for. I think the Scotty is actually better here as well, but until he gets the basher, then CK will always be able to BKB TP out. But because it was cooldown from the play earlier, and the Weaver's dead.
They got the Weaver this time with their
That's
smoke
not
gang,
bad.
but they need more. They're running at Aurora and Smiley. They actually go the wrong direction. They went west rather than south. Acid Rain leads the way now to Norcodon. Tusk in comes Voldex to save. BKB from Fury, focusing the Tusk. The Tusk will drop. It's now 1-for-1 exchange. Pugna Ward is dead, and Bing Chilling will be forced to back off. I mean, a 1-for-1 trade, gold-wise, not too bad, but it's still... I mean, I'm not happy from Bing Chilling.
Yeah, for sure. And they use BKB on storms. They have to show a little bit, but
They know Fume is bottom lane. They
how can
caught
he
him
can
with
BKB
the
this?
scan. It is the Vortex into the Solar Guardian into the Orchid. He can BKB. He will BKB. TP.
Bash?
Shrek had the Basher. Did not get a Bash, but that is playing with fire for Fume.
It was a little bit fortunate that for Fume that Shrek missed the last two hits of the Starbreaker just because he walked forward a little bit there on CK and he wasn't expecting it. That honestly saved him because it gave him less opportunities to get the bash.
Long zip again by Fury on the Ember, who has BKB, but he can't get off in time. He died in the duration of the Vortex. Wow. Over to bottom lane, it's a dive by Smiley. He got brought in by Fume deeper into the dire side, so that's a soul mine on CK and Pugna. Pugna is dead. CK is low. CK is dead as well. Ember has bought back, as has Pugna. The exchange is for Aurora's Grimstroke. Smiley will Omni Slash, focusing Journey and Camel Farmer. Ember will Remnant away, and Journey will go down to the Weaver. Now it's Norcodon Tusk. Tusk is dead. Dire have used 4 buybacks. They're desperate to defend. Fume leaves his base. BKB on cooldown, but he's stunned. Fury can't get the Storm. The Storm is low, and the Storm is dead. He is now dead for a very long time. It was costly, but they have held the base.
Yeah, I mean using 4 buybacks like that, you don't really like. I'd say that's probably what Dire had to do, but you don't mind if you're head bonk. Once your heroes all respawn, they're gonna wait out for that next Roshan, which spawns anywhere from 30 seconds to 3 minutes and 30 seconds from now, and then that's actually when they're going to just be able to end the game. The Jug with the spin talents does so much damage. Like the CK just died in an Ink Soul stun duration, pretty much in his first life. That was I was surprised by how much damage it does.
Here we go again. It is
Oh, this could be really big.
time for another big smoke. They see Smiley, but can they finish the kill? Blink from the DK, perhaps? No! They want the Chaos Bolt instead! Fume did not wait for Journey for the faster animation Blink Dragon Tail, perhaps knowing that it was day vision at this point. That's... feels like an unforced error there from Fume.
Yeah, a little bit. I think he felt a little bit rushed because he saw that Smiley was phase booting towards his tower because Smiley knew that he had to be concerned. But I agree with you there. I think he had to wait for the blink DK stun because there's like no you're just there's a higher chance that he messes up the spinning the DK stun than he does spinning the Chaos Bolt.
A lot faster projectile speed. I'm not sure
I mean,
what
yeah,
Dragon
DK is
Tail
instant.
is.
DK is instant. But I
Castball
only say
certainly is
that.
not.
Yeah, I only said maybe he can mess it up if he like had vision or something, or he.
Fall in on Camel Farmer, Soulbind is on Tusk, and Ember Spirit. Shrek arrives, Acid Rain is dead. They move to Voljax, the Pugna has dieback, Fume will engage looking for Shrek, but his Ember is already dead. It's a 4v1, and correction, a 5v1. Correction, a 5v0. It's a 4-for-1 exchange and headbonk. Well, it might just be time to go high ground. Screw the Aegis. If the enemy has 3 diebacks, you can just run it down the middle lane.
Yeah, this game, they don't have buybacks because they use them for the bottom defense, and so this is just gonna be a ton of buildings.
Perhaps 2 racks, perhaps a rack and a half. Regardless, a commanding lead on top of their already commanding lead. And at this point, I mean, I think both teams are looking at game 2. Perhaps Big and Chilling want to do one more team fight when they respawn, throw everything at the wind, and then when they inevitably lose a fight, call GG. Perhaps they're just discussing maybe movements, draft, because if once they lose this game, it will be back against the wall. Lose that game too, and they're done. Their season is done. Grand Finals is over. So it's high stress right now.
Yeah, I mean they're definitely like just talking. It's good to have as much time in between games as possible, but for the most part, I don't think there was a draft issue really, or I don't think there was idea problems, right? Yeah, I think it was like, I mean, it was just a skill issue for Dyer, I think.
That's not
Like,
good. It's hard to solve a
uh,
skill issue.
yeah. I mean, I think they were definitely playing a little bit off. This is worse than we're used to seeing Bing Chilling. So I think game two should definitely look better from them overall.
Being
This
Chilling,
game
I
is
mean,
definitely rough though.
they came off a dominant 2-0 victory of Metaverse Esports. We were expecting perhaps more from them, and game 1 absolutely flat.
Yeah, they get Roche as well. This is they're Fury's gonna pull a bunch of heroes right now. He finished the eggs. He just like ate the eggs. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's Aegis Shard into Megas. If Bing Chilling hold, it will be an absolute miracle. Humans invis, Fury actually ball bot lane instead on Acid Rain. Tusk actually manages to escape somehow. Back to the Dire Side base. Fume will engage upon Smiley, but the spin again. Mindbreaker silences Fume, he's half HP on CK. Radiant collapse on the CK again. Journey goes back last, finds Aurora, but Aurora gets stolen off the Ember in time. Aurora has died. He'll buy back though. Acerine and Fume, they are dead. Acerine can buy back, Fume cannot buy back. Ember dies at south side as Journey is focused on the north side. Trek has engaged, slowing the DK. He's stunned by Starbreaker. I believe he has the fountain here. Snowball. He brings him further away from the fountain. Acid. Okay, never mind. He blinks away. He's fine, but the Dire base is not fine. Shrek dies to the fountain, but Smiley is hitting the tier 4 towers. Both of them are quite injured. Decrep delays, but the defense is still nigh impossible. Acid Rain tries to make a miracle, pull a rabbit out of a hat, but he has found another death. T4's dead, thrown under attack, and we're looking at game 2.
This is definitely gay. Uh, Radiant played this game really well. I think they played really clean. Dire struggling. I'm interested to see what kind of adjustments they'll make for our game too. But I don't think there were major draft issues. Like I think maybe they'll ban Storm. I'd say that would be like the biggest thing. I think Storm probably enabled a lot of what Headbonk did that game. It's not like they needed the hero though. I think they can do that with other heroes. That would probably be the biggest thing though that I would look to see from the first phase of the draft at least. They got decent heroes. They got Pugna. They got DK. They got like other comfort heroes. CK is also broken right now, and then they got the Ember. The 24 pick Tusk probably could have been a different hero, but with the heroes that they did have, this was going to be a pause 4 hero no matter what, unless they were gonna pull out some Moonmeander pause 4 Ember Spirit. So I mean, like when you think about the fact that it had to have been a pause 4 hero at that 24 pick, pretty much, then Tusk is about as good as it gets. So I'm yeah, I mean, I don't think the draft could have been that much better for Dyer there. I don't think this was an outdraft. It'll just kind of have to be some gameplay changes to make improvements from this game.
I really, really want some improvements. I was giddy with excitement, anticipation for Lads Grand Finals. We missed out on winners finals. We missed out on losers finals. We've been waiting for this. We haven't casted in like 2 weeks. We,
Yeah,
we,
that
we've
is
been
true.
we've been on cooldown, ready to go. We've been off cooldown, I should say, ready to go the entire time. And this is what they've given us for game one. I demand a better game two. For the people of League of Lads, they demand a better game two.
Yeah. Uh, I think I've said everything that I can about that game. Let's you have an MVP. Who would you give MVP to?
I don't know. Who pressed the buttons for Head Bonk in the draft?
You think it was a draft man?
I liked their draft concept. I feel like they just had a
Shrek clicks
concept
the
that
buttons, by
Bing
the way.
Schling and I'll give it to Shrek then. Shrek pressed the buttons. I like their draft. I think I mean the way they had the split map concept was really good and they kept doubling down, daring Bing Schling to counter it, and they just didn't.
You know what? Actually, you know what won them the game? Shrek killing the top tier one actually won them the game. So maybe I'll have to give it to Shrek as well. Fury actually played really well though. Like I know it's kind of a meme to just give MVP to whoever had the best stat line at the end of the game, and I think Fury definitely had the best stat line. But I think like his TP bottom to kill the DK and delay his blink made a big impact. I think the way that he played these team fights for the most part was pretty good. He like baited himself right after he got his BKB because he knew that he was really hard to kill, and then I mean he did a lot of damage. He is the highest damage hero in the game, so he clicked his buttons really well as well. So I'd say one of those two. Those two kind of things were the highlights of the game, at least from my opinion, from the Radiant side.
Excuse me, logical. You said Fury had the better stat line, but his KDA was only 14.5 versus Smiley's, who was 21. And if you look at the gold number, he has 3,000 gold more. I think Smiley had a better stat line, logical. I kid mostly, but
He had more XPM as well. Actually, I didn't realize he had 5 more XPM. Yeah, Fury sucks.
what can you do? Actually, he had more denies, though, than his other cores. Shrek 6 denies, Smiley 5 denies,
Journey
Fury
had
7
19
denies.
denies.
Oh my. That's a lot of
I mean,
denies.
that happens at DK sometimes because you just stun and deny creeps. Or also because like Smiley would like occasionally go and like spin a small camp, so during that time, it might be denying creeps as well. So didn't change the outcome of the game though.
I know
Took
there's a
Radiant.
number of DK players who love that, like, Dragon Tail into just deny creep play. I played into I think I played into Filsky Dragon Knight in playoffs, and I just watched my carry helplessly get stun denied as playing 5 I'm like, yeah, what can you do?
Yeah, it's I mean that's definitely like just a good play in these Dragon Knight versus melee matchups. I think it was especially pertinent in the mid lane with Dragon Knight, but like even in side lanes as well, it's still something that you can do pretty often. But yeah, I mean DK stun to deny is just it's one way to play the lane as that hero, and it can be really good. Especially I think the biggest one was when DK was really OP like a couple patches ago. Then people I remember there was one game where Braille kind of messed up playing mid DK, and he didn't get a point of stun until level 4, but it would have done him a lot better against the Ember Spirit. I think it was against Four Zoomers as well, actually. If he had, if he just like stunned the Ember and denied creeps, but instead he had to like contest the Ember for all the creeps, and he had to deal with the Ember abilities, and so the lane didn't go as well as it should have in the Braille versus Gunner matchup.
El Clasico.
Braille's pretty good though. Last time I saw him play DK, he learned from that. I think he got stunned at level 1 actually.
I mean, Bryle is, arguably the best middle laner in North America. The guy's a really good Dota player, so not too shocking. I'm sure a man whose brain you've picked a number of times, but not all of us can be Bryle associates.
No, not really. I wish. That guy's pretty good. He's not bad.
We are waiting on Bing Chilling to take first or second pick, but understandably after game one, they are resetting mentally. They are literally spending as much time as possible to just
Run out the clock,
run
ice in
out
the
the clock.
Radiant team.
They're icing the radiance. They're on the chalkboard right now, drawing up a new play. Like, all right, pick better heroes, ban better heroes, play better, don't die to ganks from Fury. I don't know what they're gonna do. They
uh,
have selected second pick. That is good. We've made positive progress.
if they're watching the stream, then they should know that my advice for the next game is don't let your safe lane tower die without any kind of I can't think of the word that I'm looking for, but just protect your safe lane tower at least a little bit. At least keep one of your heroes there. I mean, you can have your five just kind of pull creeps off the tower, or I mean, Fuma's just kind of like hard farming the jungle, I think, because he was scared of a Storm Spirit TP. But Fume very easily could have contested the Dawnbreaker and even like pressured the Dawnbreaker because a level 7 Dawnbreaker against a level 7 CK when the CK has Armlet Soul Ring, the CK wins that one on one in the lane. The only thing that you really have to be concerned about is the Storm Spirit TP to come in and kill you. But if you are aware of the fact that the Storm Spirit can TP, then I mean, that is the kind of situation where you can actually like he could have definitely been more aggressive than he was. All right, they're gonna ban Weaver, which I'm
Well,
not.
what do you
They
mean logical? They got compensation for that T1 dying. They also lost two heroes mid lane in exchange for also losing the tower. I don't know. That's a joke. Not a very good one, but
Weaver ban. So wonder what headback is going to. Death probably was just hard ignored the entire game last game, right?
I need a little more water though. I will be
Okay,
right
sure.
back.
Let me take a look at the last game. Yes, Death Prophet was just ignored the entirety of last game. That's pretty interesting. I think Bing Chilling still had Stormsphere problems though, and none of Camel Farmer's pool is really super good at taking advantage. Okay, yeah, they do ban the storm. I can really get behind that. I think this is a very good decision overall. They do leave in Coddle, but there's no Coddle Storm at least. I think it's SK plus SK Clear. Okay, that's an easy combo to play around. I think this. I mean, their last draft was pretty fine as well, but this one is also so far shaping up to be fine. I think a Pugna pick here could be pretty good from Head Bonk. That hero's generally pretty good against Sand King Grimstruck. It's a little bit weird to have Coddle Pugna support duo, but I think it's fine if you have heroes to play around it. Like you got two cores with stuns, and then I think you should be fine for the most part. Alternatively, they could pick a hero that plays well with a Coddle Storms band, but Pango's from the pool. Pango's a little bad against Grimstroke, and I think Pango, because of the issue going on right now where you can't chance on heroes through BKB, might be a little bit bad. Okay, CK is a hero that plays well with Coddle, so I can get behind this as well. The only other hero that I immediately comes to mind at playing with Coddle would be Ember, which I think also would have been a pretty solid selection for your like the hero as well. The CK pick makes sense though. I think that is almost definitely going to be their 3+4, and that is just a oppressive lane. That's like one of the strongest lanes in the game, I think, right now. Oh. Okay, they banned the Dawnbreaker, so Bing Chilling have banned 3 of the heroes that Radiant had last game. Very cool, very cool. But that doesn't mean they're leaving in heroes. They're leaving in Medusa, which it could be a very good pick for Radiant, I think. If they don't ban it now on Bing Chilling, I think they definitely have to be concerned about Dusa. Dusa is very good against SK. They they also second phase they banned TA Necrophos Naga Siren. It's a really bad Naga game already, I think.
They've been I mean, they banned it last game, so maybe they'll do it
Yeah.
again out of tradition. But
Okay. Looking at their bans right now, they banned 3 heroes other team played, and they banned this DK as well, which I guess they just think DK and CK work really well together because they had that combo last game as well. Unsure.
I remember actually. I'm curious. What's your thoughts on E-Blade Sand King and like the hierarchy of most annoying things in Dota right now? Because I was watching Pro Series 11 earlier. Ricky and Neff were like complaining about how annoying E-Blade Sand King is. I'm like, is E-Blade Sand King that annoying? What's your thoughts on E-Blade Sand King?
What do you like? In what sense was it annoying? Just it does too much damage or what?
They're saying it's too overbearing, does too much damage, it's too popular. I don't know. I wasn't paying too much attention, but
I mean,
they were definitely going off about it.
it's a very good damage item, of course. Like it amplifies all your spells, and then it gives you the Kaya spell amp. So I mean, I think it's good, but you only really see it if the SK is having a really good game. And also part of the reason that the E-Blade's so strong, I think, is because the shard is so strong as well. And that might be where more of my complaints go, because every single game, pretty much, that you'll see a Sand King, you'll see a Sand King by a shard. But you won't see a shard, you won't see a SK by an E-Blade every game. So, I mean, it's like a very good, it's the damage item to get on SK, but I don't really have complaints about that. I think if anything, it's more on the fact that E-Blade has the build up that it does now, where it uses the Kaya. So the heroes that you wanted E-Blade on before want E-Blade even more now.
You know, I'm hoping we get something interesting with this 15 pick. This is going to really set the tone for the rest of this draft. Bing Chilling obviously aren't getting a couple of their favorite heroes because they're banned, but I mean, we're looking at what, like an Acid Rain hero probably. So let's see what kind of interesting stuff we can get here.
Out of Wish Draft, Bing Chilling.
Yeah, for Bing Chilling, I think we're looking at a 4 here, right?
I think you're looking at 5. Does
You,
Aspirate not play the Grimstroke at all?
I know both.
Okay.
You're right. I mean, they both play. I just figured after last game, I was figuring 5 Grimstroke, which is probably a mistake. Because I mean, both Boldrax and Acid Rain play it, but pretty sure Acid Rain's better at Grimstroke. But then again, to be fair, Acid Rain's just better at Dota. But what can you do?
It works well with the SK, right? And I think it fits the play style for Azarin. And so Bulljax is like a definitely a more sacrificial player. He's like a true 5 player. He's no puppy. Meanwhile, Acid Rain is just a piece of shit griefer who just takes all the creeps in the game, and Grimstroke is a lot better at doing that.
I still don't get exactly how the old like Fire Sims team worked. You have like Fume, Squid, Journey, Acid Rain, who are all notorious for just taking creeps. But there's 4 of them. There's only so much map. You run out of map eventually, right?
You just got to be winning. You just win a couple of your lanes, you could take over the map. That's all. That's all it takes, and all of a sudden you got 4 cores.
To be fair, they did win like 90% of their games, so I guess that's what it is. What it did.
There is like I think they could pick Dusa on Radiant either like now or on the 17th, which is actually just the same pick. So I don't know why I specified that like that, but oh, I'm so good.
You're so good.
And then I think they will pick a 5 hero now. Actually, I mean, I think they should pick their mid hero now, but I think they will pick their 5 hero because they already know what their lane is. It's going to be SK Grimstroke, right? So picking a 5 hero that can help out your Dusa. Abaddon is really good. That's my prediction.
Abaddon.
I
I
think they
like
should pick
Abaddon.
Abaddon. You do like Abaddon.
I mean, it's a good pick. It gets rid of a little bit of the ambiguity in there. Interesting.
So it's 5 Coddle.
And I guess they're flexing at 5-2 right now. It could still be mid coddle, but usually
That's true.
you would do that if you have 24 pick, and they don't. They've got 23 pick.
Coddle Dusa is like a combo a little bit because you can give the Dusa mana to like buff up her mana shield, right? So that she can stay a little bit tankier. Mid Coddle carry Dusa is very not good together in my opinion. I think those heroes do not work very well together at all. I think Coddle wants to like really just kind of like be running around with your max move speed, nuking heroes, doing a lot on the map. I think Dusa is like very much so wants to just kind of like hit a timing. I don't think these heroes play around each other very well, so I was kind of hoping that it would just be 4 Coddle laning with the CK. However, that would mean that it's 5 Earth Spirit laning with Dusa, which is not the worst shit in the world, but I don't like. I mean, Dusa against SK Grimstroke, you can pretty much have whatever support you want lane with that, because Dusa can, like, as long as you have a hero there with you, then Dusa will be fine. I do think one of these heroes might be a mid laner, though.
I'm looking up the stats on Earth Spirit. I think Jake Hurdle's played all of the games for them, Earth Spirit. Yeah, it appears to me he's played 100% of the games for Earth Spirit, but I think Fury can play it, right? Maybe? I'm looking this up. I'm looking up if Fury could play Earth Spirit mid, because that would add a level of sort of like dynamism to their draft. Let's see here. Earth Spirit. So Fury has 10 lifetime games on Earth Spirit with a 20% win rate.
Mm,
So I don't think he's playing that.
yeah, sounds unlikely. I mean, he's a spirit player, but yeah, I mean, from the sounds of it, from the looks of it, does not sound like he's going to be playing it.
So weird stat. Ursa is Headbonk's most banned hero this season. They banned it 10 times. In their win rate in games where they ban Ursa is 90% versus their overall win rate of 77%. So usually if they're banning Ursa, it correlates very heavily with success. So perhaps, this Ursa pick may bode well for Bing Chilling. We might get a game number 3. Hopefully. Possibly. Hopefully. We are at the desperation point. I'm bargaining for game 2. Because that's what
It's a
game
good
3.
Ursa game. It's a good Ursa game, definitely. You got Diffusal to hit the Dusa, and then it like. I think it's actually really bad in lane against CK Coddle. Against CK Earth Spirit, though, it's very good in lane. So maybe Dire have just like flawlessly predicted that Radiant is going to not do the best lanes that they can.
And it would mean that Bing Chilling, with that diffusal Ursa, with a very strong timing before the do. What would Deuce need in that matchup? Probably like Manta Scotty plus anything else beyond that, or is it just Manta Scotty?
Whoa, sorry?
How many items does Deuce need to not get destroyed by the Ursa there? It was like Dragonlance plus Diffusal, or sorry, Dragonlance plus Manta plus Scotty, or how much do you need on Deuce to not die with the Ursa with that item build?
It's not really so much about like hitting a specific item timing. It's just you have to stay a certain amount of money ahead of the Ursa. It's like once you get the Manta, it can be kind of hard for Ursa to kill you. Like if the Ursa just has Diffusal and you have Manta, he's not really going to kill you because you can always kind of just walk away, and then when he presses the Diffusal, you can Manta it off. But if the Ursa has like Diffusal Blink and you have Manta, then he can kind of chase you down. But those are some picks though. Okay.
I agree. Those are certainly some picks.
Camel Farmer SK.
And there's certainly a degree of wombo combo now that it's Bing Chilling draft with the Darkseer and Sand King combination. Throw in Ice Path, Necropire, Soulbind, Inkswell. Perhaps there's some Dota 2 to be had there. But Headbunk, they've got some very tanky heroes between the Dusa, Kunkka, and Chaos Knight.
I like Dire's draft if Radiant lanes CK with Earth Spirit, but I like Radiant's draft if they lane CK with Coddle. So I think it matters how they lane their heroes right now. Because like this last pick Darkseer does have a very good game, I think for the most part. Some very good illusions to take. Surging Ursa, extremely strong. Iron Shelling and Surging Sand King, extremely strong. Ice Path, Vacuum. Like Darkseer definitely brings Dire's draft together, but I'm concerned about their lanes situation.
I mean, ordinarily they would lane Shrek with Baboon, but maybe Jake Curl's like, hey, I have that little logical voice in my head telling me to go lane with the Dusa. But well, we'll find out quite. I mean, we have what, a minute and a half until we find out where they're going. Won't be too long.
Yeah. I mean, they might just like lane the Dusa with the Coddle because it's like, hey, Coddle can give Dusa mana. It's probably a banger lane. And it's not a terrible lane, but it's just it's not really good here, I think.
It's not CK Coddle as a lane where it's Chaos Bolt, Chakra Magic, Chaos Bolt, ruin someone's day. Like
Let's
genuinely
see.
ruin
Other
someone's
walk.
day.
Earthfirst walking top. Bad news.
Good news, that lowers chance of winning, which
True,
means
true,
chance of game
true.
3 goes up.
I'm looking for teams to do the best that they can, so it's bad news for me. But yeah, I mean that's true. That does mean that there's a higher chance that we see more Dota.
If you are just joining us, welcome to the League of Legends Season 9 Grand Finals. It is game number 2. Head Bonk on the Radiant. One game won in dominant fashion. They controlled it from beginning to end. Bing Chiling, for their part, they won last season. They're the defending champs, but it is win or go home. Lose game 2, your season is done. Head Bonker champions, you go home as the first losers in second place. My name is Badger. You know who I'm joined by. It is the legend himself, Logical Dota, and
Legend.
we are in for a good time. I'm running out of honorifics at this point. We've casted what? How many different games now? Probably 150 different games. So I'm running out of
Oh,
things
like
to hype you up with.
yeah. Our numbers are definitely boosted a little bit by IXDL, but it's getting up there for sure.
We had a lot with the DPC games as well, because we'd have like 6 games in a day with the DPC quals.
True, true. Oh yeah, the qualifiers. Oh my god, yeah, that went to 2 a.m. Gotta love it.
I remember one day, I was like, you have an opt out. I'm crazy enough to stay until 3 a.m. You've an opt out. Like, nah, I'm here. Then the next night
I,
you were
I
out.
yeah, exactly. I definitely left early one of the days, but yeah, I tried to stay as long because I do enjoy watching, especially like as the games get later. Like the juicier games are at the end of the day, which is I'm honestly a little bit unfortunate because I think people tend to play bad as it starts to hit the AM.
Hey, you're telling me players play bad at 3 in the morning in the accepted time zone for the region?
It's crazy.
Crazy concept. It's logical. You should tell the TOs that.
I'm sure they'll listen.
What's going on in the lanes right now? Nothing too crazy. Good bit of damage from the Ion Shell top. Some Ion Shell top lane. Where's the damage coming from? Ursa and Jakiro are incredibly damaged, but I don't know from what.
They have very strong level 1 spells on Radiant right now. Even potentially broken level 1 spells, some might say. The Boulder Smash can like you can pretty much guarantee you hit 2 heroes if you walk up to one of the heroes and then kick it towards the other one. So that's 240 damage. And I think I've talked at length about how strong Chaos Bolt is at level 1.
You have.
Do you see that? Oh, did you see that tonight top lane? Unreasonable.
I was trying to counter the corner of the screen for a number of times unreasonable has been said tonight. I think we're at like 7 now.
It's
But
all
it could
been
be
about
higher
Chaos
than that.
Knight as well.
It's actually has been all about Chaos Knight.
Unreasonable hero.
Unreasonable Chaos Bolt, unreasonable base damage, unreasonable crit on creeps. You know, it's
He got a deny. It was at like half health. He just killed it. The Ursa couldn't do anything about it.
what could you do?
Bad draft RNG. You just gotta win against CK sometimes.
Just win the coin flip, thanks, Steve. We are seeing a stun on Keeper the Light bottom lane. The Inkswell put Aurora down to about what? At the 3rd HP, give or take? But he's fine. He has a Iveringer regen, a Tango. He's good. We haven't looked too much at mid lane. Fury is slightly ahead in CS. Is this expected, or how does a Kunkka Sand King lane normally work?
Yeah, it's extremely boring. They're just gonna farm small caps after a little while. Level 1 is like kind of decent for SK because you got Caustic and Kunkka really can't really like super push out the wave, but after level 1, it's very fine for Kunkka. He just kind of nukes the wave when you walk up to it, and then both of the heroes just accept that they're not going to be able to deny any of the creeps, and then they go farm the small cap.
That sounds boring, you're right.
We saw this map. We saw I forgot who played it. I remember Hull City died a lot. I forgot who the Kunkka was.
God, could that have been maybe like Andy Bendy?
Andy Bendy did handle Hull City in many games, but I'm gonna go look at that.
I know
Look at
he
the-
played him in playoffs, round 2 losers. I mean, we were casting him, I'm pretty sure, as well, right?
Definitely, we were definitely casting those games. I'll find.
And you
I'll-
find that, I'll find a failed kill attempt top lane on Ursa and Jakiro, forcing out a South from Boljax on Fume. As it happens, it's well stunning Smiley bottom lane, but Smiley is fine, Journey's half HP, being hit by the Keeper of the Light, and everybody will survive for the time being. Perhaps? Nah, I said everyone's fine. Unless my Aspirain dies here, never mind, he's just dead! Illuminate from long range will do it. First one is drawn by Aurora on the Keeper of the Light and Head Bonk. Do a good start in game 2 now. They're up by a full 1,000 gold right now. What's going on?
Yeah. Okay, let's see. You're right. It was Andy Bendy.
I still got it.
That was the game where he went 0-7, I think. Actually,
Oh
he
yeah,
went,
I was making the Agent 007 joke, even though it was 070 rather than 007.
yeah. I just thought it was funny because his name is Hull City 07. He has 070 scoreline.
Okay, there were memes
Shrek?
and lads about that one, I'm quite sure. You mentioned Shrek, though. He's been trading favorably again top lane. It's, one might say, unreasonable damage to the top lane.
I mean, yeah, he can kind of just out damage. Like, it's hard for the Ursa to stick on the CK just because the CK does a lot of damage. But I think it definitely would have been better for them because they can kind of just like spam spells on the Ursa if the Coddle was here. Just like Chaos Bolt with Shocker Magics, and Chaos Bolt plus Illuminate is like Ursa just can't fight into that if you start the engagement like that.
We are still chilling though. It's a good game for hitting creeps. If you are a fan of hitting creeps, welcome. It's your kind of heaven. A lot of creeps being actually creeps are not being a bottom lane. It's an ink small stun on Medusa, but she's still 1/3 mana. Aurora, Smiley, they're on the run. The Sugar Fate hit on the Coddle, and Coddle is just dying right now. Fury's rotated its X Mark boat on the Darkseer. Darkseer, he'll drop. Aurora will survive. And you mentioned it last game. We saw a key rotation from Fury early on in Storm Spirit, and now, game 2, key rotation on the Kunkka. Fury, he wants to win.
I mean, that was definitely good TP by Fury, but it honestly felt like a little bit of a top lane
What an
there.
important boulder smash from Baboon. Not that slow. Shrek is dead right now. Shrek? Yeah!
Oh, he got blocked
It's
a
such an
little bit.
important boulder smash. Without that slow there from the boulder smash,
Mm-hmm.
he'd be dead right now in the CK.
That slow is crazy on Boulder Smash, by the way. You look at it at level 2, it's a 2.5 second half slow, 50%. It's yeah. Anyways,
Would you say it's unreasonable not as slow?
I don't think so. Earthsphere's a pretty reasonable hero overall, I'd say. Almost honest. Like I'd say people have probably like not called Earthsphere an honest hero, but I think this hero is getting to honest territory.
I was gonna
Just 'cause
say,
of
if you told me Earth Spirit is honest back in 2014, I would have beaten you mercilessly, and then I would have went to jail because
Right.
you were a minor.
Yeah. I think if you beat someone mercilessly, you get sent to jail, regardless of their adulthood.
I guess, yeah, but you're gonna have more trouble usually if you're being like a 12-year-old versus like an adult.
That's true. Speaking of 12-year-olds, speaking of 12-year-olds getting beaten up, this Ursa.
That's a good parlay on that one, or good, you're not parlay, good segue on that one. That was impressive.
Look at the little guy on his head. He's got the 12-year-old cosmetic there. Little Ursa from the meme.
I can't even see it right now. Wait, there it is. I can see it above the 4. There it is.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Alright, so Bing Chiling, this is a desperate cry for help. Please start playing better. I beg of you. It's a 2K cold lead. Start playing better.
Oh, wait, before we were talking about 12-year-olds getting beaten up, though, I was gonna say that Journey. I think when he went like aggressively for that glyph dive bottom lane, it was like a little bit of like a chump check to just see if Fury would TP or not. Because I don't think you like ever really get that kill if Fury TPs at any time because it's a level 2 Iron Shell, so it doesn't do that much damage, and then you don't really have like Deuce is a very tanky hero, obviously with mana shield, so. I think it was like very hopeful. You're pretty much just hoping that the Kunkka doesn't want to TP or like isn't his eyes stop working for a second. Like the play doesn't really work if Fury's aware that it can happen.
Alright, so my internet is having a rough one right now.
Oh no, Kmart.
Yeah, I'm having a Kmart moment right now. It's very unfortunate. I'm having an Australian
Kmart on
moment
the
right
mic.
now. Top lane, Shrek will get Burrow Stroken. Burrow strikes. It's a 4v1 gank. They'll bring down the CK.
Bro stricken.
Well, I'm sure the past tense is exactly on that one, but
Bro straked.
Burrow straked. I need to solve this lag problem.
Hmm.
Let's find out what's causing it real fast.
All of these heroes have a lot of net worth in this game right now. Kunkka's 4.3k net worth because he got the kill and he's playing Kunkka, and then SK's farmed because he's playing SK, and Bloon's dead.
I think she's not doing mischance, but I think he's see rolling
Oh,
one.
yeah,
He
nice.
gets away.
His skill build's pretty okay. I think he doesn't really need silence this game, which is rare. Because level 1 sounds and Earth Spirit's a crazy spell. It's a 2-second silence at level 1 from like pretty good range. But he doesn't really need it this game. There's no Puck, there's no like Quap, there's none of these heroes that you really need to silence. SK you kind of do, and Aurora's dead.
Speaking of SK, Burrow, Inksville combination on Aurora. I have changed the bit rates.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that solves it.
I like this. Oh, wait, never mind. SK's walking back to the mid lane. I think it might be some miscommunication right now from. Oh, sick Burrow. Or sick roll.
Very
Well played,
important there on Journey. We saw another dive there, and you mentioned Shump Check last time. He's once again. That's another death there.
In that play, I could kind of understand if the SK kept going bottom, but he turned back around to mid after he got that Coddle kill, which I kind of disagree with. I think he should go bottom and kick this Medusa right now, because she's getting an illegal amount of money right now. 4.7k net worth a minute 10. She should not be this rich, I think, this game. The SK can very easily just kind of run down here and click Epi on her. Even if you don't kill the Medusa, which I think you will with these heroes, at least you stop her from farming the most ideal part of the map for her right now. Like, once she gets this Yasha, she doesn't mind kind of playing like the triangle and kind of moving from like jungle to jungle and occasionally taking lanes. But right now, before you have this Yasha, you really prefer to be farming a lane. Okay, I mean, Smiley's gonna TP out, which is a really good timing, actually. That was an ownage TP from Smiley, well played, because it was right as Dire came to his lane smoked.
Start seeing both teams siege T1 towers. Radiant in the top lane, Dire in the bottom lane. I believe both these towers are not too long for life with siege units on the objective.
I yeah, okay, it's a little bit hard because like I'd say Radiant should go bottom right now and defend this, but it's hard to tell because you don't really know where. Oh,
Link into Inkswell. Burrow
He's
already
fine.
used, and Fury, I guess,
He's
walks
so
away.
fine. Yeah. They should go bottom right now and defend because they just showed mid. I guess they don't have Glyph anymore, but yeah, I mean, I think that these towers could be saved.
Voldax is somehow not dead. Fume has engaged upon the Kunkka. Fury goes down. They move the Shrek and stun the Earth with the Chaos Bolt. Inksville the follow-up stun as well, and that's 2 kills. 2 core kills at that for Bing Chiling. They want Baboon, and the roll is blocked by Camel Farmer. Now it is the Earth Spirit in severe duress. He will magnetize, trying to turn, just do whatever damage he can, but Dire are not dying. It is a pig pull away from Fume. A 3-for-1 exchange. Shikuro for Chaos Knight. Kunkka and Nurse Spirit, at long last, Bing Chiling have a life.
It's well played. It's well played. I mean, that's good. That's the kind of plays that they need to make. I don't like that Fume is buying Battle Fury, though. I will say that I just noticed that during that engagement. He's buying a Battle Fury, which means he's not going to have the diffusal timing to mess with the Dusa. So I think this could work. However, he is very poor right now, and he needs to have more money than the Dusa for it to work. I think you need to have like 1.5 extra items on the Dusa to be at the like same strength level that you would be if you had a diffusal. Like he might go Battle Fury into diffusal, honestly, which like feels really bad if you're Ursa. But I would not be like that surprised to see him do it because he's playing against Medusa.
Bar to boat bottom lane on Acid Rain, and he'll attempt to juke, but that is very futile. It is another kill for Fury. It is his second kill of the game. I guess not that many kills for Fury, but it feels like he has more kills than 2.
Yeah, I mean he's been a little bit quiet this game. However, he's closing in on his BKB, and that's gonna make it a lot easier for his team to fight. Because they do have a little bit greedier heroes compared to last game. Like they had the Jug, which is like one of the like poster boys for kind of fast tempo carry heroes, and then he was on Storm as well, which can just like constantly be doing stuff. Compared to this game, they got a CK and they got CK, Medusa, Kunkka, Tricores, which are all heroes that would like to be hitting creeps mostly. Once they actually are able to get to their items, though, then they're gonna start running around. The juice is kind of poor, actually. I mean, okay, I say that, but she's second in net worth. But I was just kind of surprised because 14 minutes and she's still only a little bit less than 1k away from her Manta.
Okay, we are still working with OBS right now. As Fume is running it back. Actually, Baboon's fine. Back to OBS. We are diagnosing the problem right now. Maybe we do this. Hopefully. Okay, hopefully that fixes it.
I I also hope that it fixes it, but I think that Radiant is pretty content with how the game is going right now. I think Dire is stronger right now, and I think they can be kind of pushing their advantage with Inkswald,
Speaking of
Ursa.
Sand King, it is
Oh,
a Kunkka. Very stunned and very
I was
dead. They want
too greedy
Shrek
by
as
Fury.
well, and they're still
Don't stun
diving,
that
but they
guy.
won't get the kill.
Okay. That was really greedy by Fury, though. He's 100 gold away from his BKB, and so he feels like he needs to get it, so he just walks up to the mid lane and tiebreakers it. But this is like the least safe area of the map to finish your BKB in, and so I think it was just kind of a little bit of oversight there by him.
Phantasm is popped. I guess they actually want to defend this Shrek armlet illusion. But Camel Farmer and Journey on a wraparound gank, perhaps looking for a defender. Defenders are very far back, though. They're positioning very well on the Radiant side.
Yeah, I like the way that Aurora's playing, just kind of playing on this left side, walking from like here to here.
They have Fury trying to X-Mark defend, but that's not
Yeah.
going too well for him.
Okay, this is I could get behind this boat. All right, he's got his VKB now. Very good. He just really wanted that VKB. So he was hoping to X mark and walk up and kill him, but he remembered what happened last time, so stops himself. All right, Camel Farmer has this shard now. He does quite a bit of damage. Shard level 2 epi. They are very strong right now on Dire, I think. And if they're able to like burst the Kunkka before he's able to get his BKB out, okay, this is not how you burst the Kunkka.
Will BKB, he's fighting with Sand King, X-Mark. The illusion rune gets him away, though. Baboon is rolled in. He's silenced. Sand King is actually fine.
They're missing
Instead,
some
Journey
spells.
blinks in. It's a two-man vacuum on Earth Spirit and Keeper of the Light. The follow-up is Fume, who is running at Shrek the Green Knight. Now, Fume has enraged, but Shrek is running. Ice Path is off the mark. But it's a two-man heavy burrow there on Shrek and Aurora. Both of them are very dead. 2 kills for Camel Farmer. And now, this T1 tower. It's still not dead yet, but it's not long for life.
All right, I mean that's how it starts. That's what you need if you're being chilling here. You're gonna be able to get the mid tower off of that. The Ursa's coming back into this game as well. I think you do also need to be a part of these kills if you're trying to get back into the game. As Fume, he doesn't have ultos. He's fine. He doesn't die.
Yeah, they would need a few more heroes, and those heroes are TPing in now as they were deceased.
Yeah, Medusa finishes the Dragonlance. I think she should have just gone straight Scotty. I think this delays her timings a little bit. It's not the biggest deal though.
I see a smoke gank, 4-man. Everyone but Dusa head into the dire side jungle. Radiant have an observable. They don't see any heroes right now. They've run into Camel Farmer, but he is scurried to the south side. Instead, Radiant head towards the top T2 tower. They'll see the courier of Darkseer, but Darkseer is not an easy killer. Perhaps maybe he is an easy kill. The blind roll finds him into the chaos bolt, into the bolt, the boat, but it's still okay. That's the kill on Journey. Fume wants vengeance, but Fury has BKB'd once again. Shrek has engaged with Phantasm. The illusion is low. It's still fighting with Fume, and now Fume has to enrage just to try to not die here. Journey has bought back. Fury goes out to Camel Farmer as Fume dies to Shrek. Ball Jacks will get vengeance with that dual breath damage. As we're on the east side, Baboon, Dice Camel Farmer, and Acid Rain. Back to the west side is during the wall combination, kiting around Smiley. Smiley is out of mana. Aurora gave him Chakra Magic, but it was futile. It did not save his life. It cost the buyback on Darkseid, but it is a 4 for 2 exchange. Aurora TP's away, and he actually will get away, but it's still an impressive team fight win for Bing Chiling.
Yeah, I mean they got a very favorable fight there. They had to dive super deep to get the Dark Seer, and then I like that decision by Journey to buy back there, just because they do kind of need fights right now, and Journey buying back makes this fight a lot easier for them. I mean they dove really far to dive here that wasn't really optimal to kill, and then they kind of stuck around as well. It was hard for them to just immediately leave. That fight was like a really big deal for Dire. I think Radiant like took their time to go smoke into the Dire woods, and then the fight didn't go well for them. So that was a lot of time lost right now if you're Headbonk.
Speaking of Headbonk, you mentioned earlier the importance of Dusa staying ahead of this Ursa. He is 2.2k net worth ahead right now. You mentioned the Manta against the Diffusal. Well, Manta's finished as well, so Smiley, he's not quite at that Scotty timing yet, but he's getting very, very strong right now.
Yeah, I think the Scotty timing is going to be very important. I mean, he'd have the Scotty in like 1 minute if he didn't have this Dragon Lance, but because he has the Dragon Lance, it's gonna be like 2 or 3 minutes minimum. And if he dies again, then it could be like significantly longer than that as well. The map does look pretty good for his team right now though, so he just has a lot of area to farm. Um, I like the way that Baboon is playing right now. Just him standing here is actually a really big deal. Let's just do some farm out like the entirety of this top area, and like that's just a really good play by him. I think yeah, look he's gonna scout out this movement by the Dire, and so Smiley's going to be able to completely avoid that and just farm creeps. This is a really good way to enable Chorus to get money. Now he's gonna like he knows that he can still farm out these two creep waves here, and then he's gonna go walk back to his triangle afterwards.
They got the reward, but unfortunately they did not know there was an Earth Spirit also doubling as coverage for that. What can you do? Smiley, he's being picked top lane by Bing Chiling, but you mentioned it. It is the bulwark himself. Earth Spirit just is there, scouting the movements again. It's at the edge of the Radiant side vision. That's both support.
This play's crazy. He should just walk back to the triangle. I guess they're dying because they're just walking around the sports. Oh, he missed.
Journey has a two-man wall. That combination into a two-man burrow with a soulbind on top. Baboon goes down. They move to Smiley. He is taken to the grave again. 2 more kills for Camel Farmer. And Camel Farmer, he had a pretty quiet game 1, but he is 9-0-5 right now on Sand King.
He's playing really well this game. They're going to be able to take Roach as well because they have this Ursa. That was like a really great, like that was a really suspect play by Smiley. I'd say he has this like omnivision pretty much because of his Earth Spirit sitting on the hill for him, but he still tries to bait their supports when he could just walk back into the triangle. We've talked at length about how important this Scotty timing is for him, and he just delayed it even longer. Now it's going to be like minute 24, 25 by the time he has his finish.
Every time you die there, it's not only, say in this case you lose, what is it?
I clicked a button on my keyboard, I thought I paused.
Not only do you lose the gold on Deuce, it's the opportunity cost of, hey, all this time dead that I'm not farming with the Manta and the normal hero. Because you can easily be farming like 6 creeps a minute with Manta plus like another like 9-10 creeps plus with your main hero per minute on Dusa. So it's a lot of gold being missed out on just by being dead. The opportunity cost is immense.
Versus guys BKB finish now, they're going to look to just kind of run around and pick heroes off because they are significantly stronger. I mean, this Radiant draft does require a little bit of finesse. You gotta like keep your heroes farmed. Shrek's super poor actually. We haven't talked about this at all, but like he's 7k net worth right now after having a pretty solid lane. And so like as his heroes fall back, or fall behind compared to their opponents, the game gets a lot more difficult in these team fights. The execution for team fights is way easier for Dire compared to Radiant. Radiant doesn't really have these big team fight abilities because that's just kind of what happens when you have a CK offlane is that you have really strong single target damage and you have really strong single target stun with CK with the KS Bolt. But if you're not ahead, then team fights just get hard because your illusions is cleared really easily and then you kind of lack the damage without all your illusions. Um, Radiant. I mean, they really just need to secure the Scotty timing for the Dusa, and I mean, honestly, they might even need to wait out this Aegis, and then after those two requirements have been met, then I think that they can actually take a good fight.
We need to be waiting for a little bit longer than for that good fight because Bing Chuling, I mean, they're in the position to grab map control. That's going to be very important for taking this relatively unstable economic situation. They're only up by 1k, and to say, well, they might be ahead by 6k, 7k. If they can get like a tier 2 tower and map control, that'll be huge to their gamer. Or maybe they'll just feed. You never know with Dota sometimes.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on this AC on Fury? I think it makes sense for the physical resistance, but it is playing into the Darkseer, which means Dire can also get that AC aura from the either the wall or perhaps even the Ag Shard.
There's a good chance that Fury won't be in the wall, but I do think that there may be better items that he can buy. Right? I mean, this item is pretty good actually. This helps out his Dusa. It's probably like the best item that he could get. So I think it's pretty okay. Halberd would not be terrible though. I would not mind to see him buy a Halberd. I'm happy that he hasn't bought an Ag. So I've seen a lot of League of Legends Kunkka players buy Ag and Scepter, and I think the item is pretty bad on Kunkka, except for a couple select scenarios.
There was a time, solid 8, 9 months ago, where people were really high on the Ag Shard, Ag Scepter combination on Kunkka, but that was like season 7 of lads. This is season 9 of lads. It actually wasn't the old patch. It's been so long. Actually, it was the old patch, I think, which is crazy to think about considering we've been in this sort of amorphous patch cycle for so long now. Wait, we're back. We are back. If you enjoy Dota 2, welcome back to Dota 2. The internet situation seems to have stabilized to an extent. The Dota situation has stabilized to an extent. We are back into the game again, and it is still 4 minutes and 30 seconds on that Aegis timer. Your mental clock maybe messed up as mine. It's because we were paused for so long, but we are still in the beginning minute of that Aegis.
Let's. Oh, Fury is completely fine. Oh, oh, he's chill. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Actually, I did completely forget my train of thought. Dire, Dire's really strong though. They can pretty much do whatever they want right now on the map. They do kind of have to watch out because their Darkseer is showing bottom, but they can't really burst the Dire heroes in Radiant. So I think because he has his TP off cooldown, he'll be able to just kind of TP and then surge into a fight by the time that Radiant's able to do anything.
I guess they are defending the ways of Dusacatl, but the Dire's not really doing anything right now. They're just farming less of the map than Radiant are. Huh. We may have gotten our hopes up. Or not.
They're kind of farming more of the map than on Dire right now, but they can be farming even more of the map if they just like position their heroes a little bit more aggressively. And he does have Ags queued on Fury as well. He bought Ags in our Lads Little game as well, and I didn't say anything about it, but I think this item is pretty bad on Keka.
Maybe you should have.
Yeah.
All right, so bad news on all fronts. Acid rain's gone. My internet's it's not that bad, but it's not it's still bad.
Mhm.
I need to diagnose what's going on here because normally this doesn't happen. I'm not sure if somebody in my house is doing something wild and crazy right now or what, but yeah, it's frustrating. Of course, it's frustrating. Oh, we are back on acid rain.
Dash ping.
Ping the classic. Apparently, I'm not alone. I feel better that I'm not alone. Maybe it's regional. Maybe it's a regional issue. What is my? Oh wait, I was gonna say what's my ping, but that's not working.
I have a clean 9 to 13 ping right now.
I'm like trying to go through the console, but I'm getting a lot of useless bullshit right now. So apparently, I'm missing a health bar sequence entry.
Yeah, probably unknown. Oh, I found the status. Let's never mind, I lost it. Unlucky.
Oh, I wait. Scroll up to me. Oh, wait. I had it for a second, but I lost it as well. Uh, yep. Okay.
Well,
We're still here. Acid
this
Rain
this
is.
this is the game we're playing now.
I mean, Acid Rain's restarting his router. We are at a very stable game state. Aegis, even though it's been like 6 minutes since Aegis has been claimed, there's still 3 minutes and 16 seconds on the timer. So we are here. We are waiting. We can, I guess, look at some more quick buys. Why don't you guess what's in Earth Spirit's quick buy right now?
Oh, sorry.
What do you think is in Earth Spirit's quick buy right now?
Do you want me to click on it or not?
No, don't click. Guess what's in there.
Divine Rapier.
No. I think a lot cheaper.
Midas?
Got Bracer.
Oh, I see.
Got Bracer and quick buy.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, Bracer is really good on Nursery because of how they changed the W. And it's like you just kind of want like cheap items that tank you up anyways. Yeah, this hero benefits a lot from being tanky, and so just like yeah, buying a couple bracers minute 25 is not the worst shit in the world.
Get the
So
double effect, you know? What is that, like 10 strength?
pretty good. 200 health.
Get 10 strength. And 2 health regeneration. That's something. That is a non-zero number.
You buy two of them, that's plus 400 health. That's quite the talent.
I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, you're converting 1,000 gold into increasing your HP by like what 23%, give or take, something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. You're still looking at missing health bar sequence entry probably on
I gave up. I'm looking
last
at
one.
heroes. I'm going around. I have to look at the Ursa Bear now. If you look at that, I have the hero cosmetics opened. You can see the little bear up there. It's waving at me, logical. It's waving at me, which means it's waving at the people of Big
Oh, yeah.
Flats.
I see that's a Dipper the Destroyer.
That was oh Dipper. Yeah, you're right. That's a name. I did not know it was called that. I had no idea.
I knew it was called Dipper. I didn't know it was called Dipper the Destroyer.
You got titles, right? You don't get an accurate title. You get the title that you aspire to be, right? And I'm sure he aspires to be a destroyer one day. And give it. Well,
It's not the best cosmetics.
how long for a bear to grow?
I think Fury has the best cosmetics.
Apparently, it takes 8 to 10 years for bears to reach maturation. So in like 8 to 10 years, Dipper the Destroyer will be destroying what the Dota 3 players. We're gonna see what the year 2030, 2032. Dipper be the new hero, destroying everyone. Am I on something here? Maybe. Seeing some very interesting all chat right now. Some real feels bad man stuff. Couple head bonks, a tip even. There's a degree of irony, right? So I'm sure I've complained about other casters having bad internet and other casters doing a bad time vamping during pauses in the last like 24 hours. And in the next 24 hours, guess what happens? My internet took a shit, and now we have like 10 minutes of pause time, in which we did well in the first pause, but we're now at the third pause, and it's much like getting married, right? The more times you get married, the more the less you really care about it, you know.
Mm.
Like if you're going to your friend's wedding for the first time, you bring him a nice gift. But if it's his third wedding, you bring him like a $20 Denny's gift card. You know, it's very different.
I
Maybe you
say
take him out to the Waffle House or something for the third marriage. Very. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm out of ideas. You got anything
no.
useful? Let's see here. What else we look at?
All right, let's take a peek at Tush. Yo, I'm wondering if just stacking bracers on Earth Spirit 4 is viable. Yeah, it's pretty good. You can get like two or three of them. No boots, yeah. It's a
Don't you
good
want
build.
boots on like most heroes that are not called Weaver?
No, I think boots. People are kind of been going less and less boots. I think you can not buy boots on Darkseer, and it's pretty chill nowadays. You
Really?
can not buy boots on Skywrath Mage, and that's like almost like the most common build I want to say. No boots are Spirit works as well.
Huh, I did not know that.
Boots
I,
have been trending out better.
I mean, I'm a real boots enthusiast. I enjoy boots. I have a number of thoughts on boots. Even big fan.
M- Most of my heroes buy boots, and it's important. So I have not really been able to try the whole no boots thing, but I have been seeing it on more and more heroes. But I can't personally speak for how it feels.
Boots feel good. But then again, I play heroes that buy boots usually. So what can you do? Oh wait a minute, we have got positive progress. Acid Rain is in the building. G's are in the chat. We've done it, Logical. We have survived the never-ending pause. We've done it. If you are just joining us, we are still in the first Aegis duration. There's 3 minutes remaining. Dire, as a whole, are going bottom lane for Fury, but Fury will BKB and TP away, so perhaps Dire might aim for this bottom tier 2 tower. There's 4 heroes in the vicinity. We'll have to see where they go here. They see Baboon, but Baboon is rolled away in time. And he's still rolling, actually. He will get away.
That roll talent's pretty good.
It is, you're right. It's a good talent. We gotta get back in the zone. He's back. Wait, we done it. We've done it. Logical. Despite
The
multiple
Deuce
deaths.
to finish
Yeah,
Scotty.
exactly. Despite multiple deaths and multiple pauses, the Deuce has finished
No,
Scotty.
free. No. Did exactly the opposite of what I wanted him to.
So we have a disconnection, and Fury went from the AC, which was perhaps optimal, perhaps not optimal, but certainly good. We replaced it with the the Aghanim Scepter into Aghanim Shard. I'm not sure if he's trying to just mix things up, thinks his team needs crowd control or what, but he has gone
I'm
for
okay.
the we've gone
So
for the Aghanim Scepter Aghanim Shard combination, and we've parlayed our pause into another pause. Acid Rain is gone. He has once again left the building. The Amish neighbors of his have cut the internet line, saying it is a sin against God. We have lost our internet.
okay, so one good thing about the Ags is that status res doesn't work on Torrent, right? Because it just pushes it's not like a real stun, it kind of just like pushes your hero up and then you come down afterwards. So Ursa can't enrage the Torrent Storm. However, the Ursa's gonna press BKB, and so it doesn't matter anyways, really. What else was I gonna say?
You have the
Rule.
floor. You have the floor, logical. Take your pick. Type of topic, duration
Dusa
of
has
topic. Oh,
Scotty.
we have mentioned this. We can mention it again. We got enough matter to do. So wait, Acid Rain Grimstroke has reconnected to the game. These are in the chat. All right, it is not an extended pause. It is a brief pause. We are back. We are back for Dota 2. Where were we? Oh yeah, Dusa, Scotty, Aegis. 2 minutes. There we are. Am I stream lagging again? I hope it's not. I really hope it's not.
Don't worry, I'll check in 2 minutes. Okay.
I wonder who's more tilted by internet tonight, me or Acid Rain?
Uh, Good question. Okay. This game's looking better and better for Dire though, as the game's going on. So it seems like we are gonna have a game three. They have Grimstroke versus Dusa as well, so you're able to take that Dusa illusion, which is really strong, with the extra move speed, because that's like the one thing that Dusa can kind of struggle with a little bit is getting kited, but with the extra move speed that you get from Dark Portrait, the Dusa illusion just becomes an absolute menace.
Did Baboon just give away that he admitted to the try camp for no gain?
He didn't get any of the last hits, so
Yeah, literally zero gain.
I mean, no, okay, well, on the opposite, I think that Fume might not suspect there's a ward there because he didn't really try to steal the last hits.
I mean, he tried. It just didn't. He missed it. He has missed it. Like bottom lane, they go on Kunkka. BKB is actually available, but he can't get off in time. He's dead. Bottom tier 2 is dead. Fume is hunting mid lane, but Shrek is in the trees once again. Okay, I'm good. I'm back in the zone again. We're good.
Raiden's map is really small, so I kind of like what Smiley's doing, where he's just sitting top and throwing mantas out, because I think it's kind of increasing his team's map size right now, but they're still struggling like a lot. And once Dire actually I can't draw on the map, but once Dire actually goes and makes this maneuver into the Radiant Triangle, yeah, exactly the maneuver that was made on the map right now.
We're dead on. I guess they're a little further to the north than you expected, but they have the same idea.
I think they're
headed here.
going to go through the triangle anyways. I think they're like a little bit up, but I think they do want to clear heroes out of their triangle.
Do Dire have a smoke available? They do not. Radiant do in the backpack of... Correction, they have 3 in the backpack of Big Dave, but other than that, smoke's not on... Why does he have 4... Oh, Shovel. I was gonna say, why does he have 4 salves in his backpack? Shovel would do it.
Yeah, yeah. You get some extra cast range on those salves because of the cuddle too. It's a good save.
Actually, what is the chances we're going to see that win a game one day? Extra cast range salve from Spear Farm winning a game. What are the odds?
I mean, it's hard that a salve of any capacity will win the game.
That's what
right?
I mean. It's like a 1 in a million thing, like 1 in a million games that interaction will matter. Or...
I mean, it could like very reasonably win a fight. Like this game, I would not be surprised to see it win a. I would not be that surprised to see it win a fight like literally this game, but like, would it change a fight that would change the game? It's pretty rare that like winning any one fight would like directly super change the game, I think.
Speaking
And
of big fights that might change the game, Burrow is there on Smiley top lane. Journey is Blink against a 2-man back wall on Baboon and Smiley both watching it on 2 heroes, I believe. Now, some Soulbind on CK and Medusa. Phantasm is popped. Shrek is man fighting with Fume, who actually has lost the Aegis. And now it's Kill Farmer dead. It's a big streak going to Fury. Smiley will be the exchange, however. And now Fume has bashed Shrek the Green Knight as over on the east side. Baboon tried to solo kill Acid Rain. Acid Rain got away. Ice Path is a bit too late, so the Earth Spirit will TP away in time. Overall, it was a big streak going the way of the Radiants. However, Dire still win on gold.
yeah, I mean that was just a good fight for Dire overall. They killed the Dusa as well, which is the most important hero to kill. Deuce is like pretty much the only way that Raiden can still win the game if she manages to get a good fight, because like Fume's computer breaks down in the middle of a team fight and they don't pause.
Gonna say, if we were actually watching pause time, that's plausible. If you have no pause time left, roll. Bit off the mark, so I guess we're fine. We're still chilling.
He was about to bash a hero on the second hit and explode someone.
He has the blink opportunity if he wants to blink bash somebody.
Push.
Radiant don't know where
Second,
he
second hit,
is.
second hit. Oh,
Fourth hit, actually, but the
yeah.
result is the same. Baboon drops to the grave. He gets let down by his pallbearer Ursa.
He's got spider legs on Ursa as well. That's always nice.
A very high value neutral for especially these melee cores like Ursa who love to kite around or not be kited. Actually, more so. He's going MKB as well. It seems
I like it.
Oh, you do like it? Okay. Is it
Yeah.
for the interaction with the plus damage on the passive there, or what? There's no evasion, right?
There is no evasion, but I think that I would also be concerned about a butterfly from Deuce. I think that would like that if I was Ursa right now, or no, rather if you're Ursa right now, I think it, like normally if you go normal items, then Ursa might go so like abyssal, satanic, agi blink stuff like this. Then I would be concerned about the Deuce of buying a butterfly as her next item right now. Smiley doesn't have it queued up right now, but I would also like I think that is one item that kind of turns the matchup. It is making it harder for the Ursa to go on you with the butterflies, like one way that they could potentially win a fight.
You have a Yules and an E-Blade used on Coddle, and Coddle, yep, he's dead.
He lets in, he's
Soul
too much
kills him.
damage. It's just too much damage.
Too much damage. Camel Farmer just pressing all of his buttons. Well, I guess not his spells, but the item buttons. Blink, Yules, and E-Blade.
No epicenter required.
Not even a burrow required. I don't think he used burrow on that one.
That's actually a little bit crazy. He didn't even have to press burrow.
Saving it for a high value target who just never arrived. Just it's like, alright, Coddle's dead. Let him die. He respawns in like literally no time at all. He's already alive again. But what also is alive is the second Roshan of the game, going once again to Fume on the Ursa, both Aegis and Shard. That's a big spike there on Fume. We mentioned earlier how Dusa was 2k behind the Ursa. Now Ursa 3k up on the Dusa, so Fume is in a pretty good spot. He has Blink in his backpack. Correction, Blink in his inventory, BKB in backpack. And he's ready to go hit some towers.
Radiant's not really doing anything right now. They're making the game very easy for Dire to play. They kind of just like have been chilling and farming, and then they waited for Roche, and they took Roche, and now they're just 10k gold up. They can even like wait if they want and get more of a lead, but also they're just like a lot stronger than Dire right now. And so as long as they don't just like feed into the Scotty and the Kunkka Torrent Storm, then they're completely fine. Fury actually has a AC finish though. That's pretty impressive.
He's farming rapidly. Technically not finished yet. Still needs to buy the Hyperstone, but he has the 2,000 gold forest, so he is just acquiring money somehow. I'm not sure where and when. Oh, the streak money. He got the Godlike Streak of the Sand King.
That's
I
true.
think it was like 1,000 gold for that. You surprised Journey isn't
die.
at all, or who might die?
Balloon, but he didn't even really try for it in Journey. I'm not that surprised that Journey.
Fury's bashed. He might just die here. He's BKBing, but 2 minutes from Fume will do it. Problem is,
Scotty's
Fume can't find them. Have to roll in, hitting, full neck to the back. This Camel Farmer engages. The Epi, the Burrow, the damage. Aurora has died. He's bought back, however. Smiley is Stone Gaze, looking for the damage. Baboon and Camel Farmer have traded their lives, and now Fume is stoned. He will lose his first life, but he still has his BKB, but it's currently on cooldown thanks to the backpack. He's going to get stunned by Chaos Bolt. He BKBs. He engages in upon Shrek, the Green Knight. Shrek goes down to Baboon. Goes to the backlines again. Wall is dropped. The water park has arrived, but Fury's just dead. And he has no buyback. Shrek has bought back. He stuns Bojack. Bojack smite dies to the illusion of the shard from CK, but correction. Everyone's dying to the magnetized damage. Baboon gets 2 kills there. Acid Rain will TP away. However, Bing Chiling somehow, someway win massively economically. I suppose that will be the buybacks from Headbonk there.
Are you sure about that? It says the gold change is 300 in favor of
Really?
Radiant.
They did a 14k gold lead though. They were like 6k 2 minutes ago, weren't they? Yeah, the graph says there's been a massive change of lead here.
Yeah. I think overall that fight was pretty good for Radiant though. Juice was alive throughout the entirety of it, and so that's the hero that you really need money on. And being able to kill the Ursa twice, getting his Aegis timing is really big deal. I think that Kim Farm really needs a BKB like really badly. It's quite imperative for him to actually like be able to go in and out of the fight.
I agree, but it does not seem like he's prioritizing it right now. He's halfway to the Ocarine Core, and then he has an Aghanim Scepter and Quick Buy, so perhaps he might just not buy a BKB still, but I mean, eventually he'll buy it, right? Eventually, right?
Hopefully.
He'll notice he's getting stunned in the fights. We have lost the second Aegis. If we're waiting for the third one, it will be anywhere from 4 to 7 minutes from now. Does anything like a play they can make right now to try to like break this sort of stalemate, or are we just running for the next 5 minutes?
It's a little bit hard for Radiant to actually go and like find kills. So I think that Dire can just try to like take over an area aggressively. However, I think they're a little bit traumatized from the fact that they just lost that last fight, and so they're a little bit wary to make any kind of aggressive move whatsoever. But I don't think they have to be that concerned because like how do they die when they have BKBs? The only way that they would die really is like torrent from the tree line into CK stun. Because like if you just try to blink CK stun, he doesn't even have a blink right now on Shrek, but if he has a blink, it's still very reactable. We saw it a lot last game that Smiley was able to dodge the blink CK stun with the spin on Jug, and it's the same kind of thing if you got a BKB.
I know Radiant have 3 buybacks on cooldown as well, but Dire actually don't have the gold for 2 buybacks, so perhaps that's what they're wary of. If they lose that fight, lose buybacks, and also can't buy back, say, a Sand King for a base defense, maybe that's the problem. I mean, it's a tenuous game state right now for both teams.
Timeless relics.
Remind things get interesting. That's the instant Timeless Relic, too, from both teams.
He has it on Kunkka, but it only works on one of his spells. Actually, I guess it works on X marks technically, but like that shit doesn't matter at all.
Do you get a extra allied duration of next mark with the Timeless Relic or no?
Oh, I'm gonna have to say no. I think because it doesn't count as a debuff.
Okay. That's what I was figuring, but I was genuinely curious, and I figured you would know that. Or at least you'd have a better chance of knowing it than I would.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
Telescope for the Dire team. That's going to be very nice, I'm quite sure. There's some
Yeah,
things that... Just some heroes who love... I mean, Grimstroke loves his cast range.
Dire is kind of just like farming the entirety of the map right now, so I think they're kind of chilling, but they could like slightly try to be optimizing as well, and I think they should also kind of set up around the Roshan area, which actually they're doing a pretty nice job of. I mean, the way Radiant's playing the game right now is kind of depressing, and it's not even like really just trying to flame them, but it's so hard for them to actually find meaningful kills at all. The Grimstroke would be a meaningful kill if he just dies like this.
It's a very greedy spot he's farming in. People get punished quite heavily for it.
It's like the best kill for them to get. I want to say like maybe you can kill SK if he's sleeping on the wheel, but I mean Grimstroke is like a guaranteed kill if you find him, so that's very good. They're finally gonna get this mid tier one.
Rek was hunting for another kill, but I suppose he'll have to be content with that T1 tower at long last at minute 39 going down. They move for the middle tier 2 as well. Shrek has popped the Phantasm. It will go both the middle and top wave for the equilibrium in those lanes. And that will mean multiple towers going down middle lane in favor of Head Bonk. Bing Chilling still hold a 13,000 net worth lead. Gaben is still very high on, giving him an 89% win chance, but Head Bonk are trending in a positive direction again.
I mean, it went to 96 for Big Chilling earlier, so yeah, the game is definitely going a little bit in. The game's definitely trending towards Radiant at least a little bit.
Suppose we were just we are waiting for that third Roshan. We're in the respawn window, and actually, it's a very long respawn. It's more than 2 minutes remaining near the end of that possible spawn window, so could be quite bad for this Bing playing team who wants to control that third Roshan.
I mean, even like they got this D ward here on Radiance. I mean, this is all just kind of off the fact that the Grimstroke died here. Like you think it's just like a position forward dying. It's not that big of a deal, but
Speaking of Petition Force dying, that dude
I
was
mean, this is a big deal as well. This gives Dire the whole map back. Like Radiant can't fight anymore because it's 4 versus 5. Like they were able to get the mid tier 1, the mid tier 2. It's pretty good, but I mean, losing Baboon like that means that Dire's going to be able to recontrol the map, and they're just gonna chill for this Roshan area. Like they have two like they don't even need this much vision. Like this is like an excess amount of vision to have around the Roshan area, I think.
if
But
they
they're
were luckier though, they'd be taking a Roshan right now. You see so many teams right get a kill outside Roshan pit, walk right in there, free Roshan, but Roshan, he's on cooldown. Oh no! Well, we are paused again. This time Aurora disconnecting. See, if he's having internet issues, I feel a lot better because I think we have the exact same ISP. Because me and Aurora, we both live in Connecticut. I feel a little bit better then if he's having issues as well. I can cope that way. I can say, look at that. That's my ISP. Having issues for him too. Maybe. We are back, though. We are
G.
back. We do have another G in the chat. Bulljack says, never mind. We are waiting on ping.
200 ping as well.
The pause has been reciprocated from I don't have Comcast. Maybe it's just a I don't know what it is. I don't have Comcast. What is he gonna do? Find me and kill me?
I would type out of principle.
I'm not going to out of principle.
Yeah,
You and I have
I'm
different
more.
views on this apparently. You want to dare Journey to come Liam Neeson, Bruce Willis style and murder you. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, exactly. But they're just chilling for Roshan, right? So this game's kind of a little bit of boring state right now. Radiant is pretty powerful though. They got the Deuce of 25 talent. They got an MKB. I'm not like super a fan of this MKB though, because I don't really think she's gonna have to deal with evasion outside of the halberd on Darkseer. But you don't really want to be hitting a halberd or Darkseer. And I think there are better items that can get you True Strike. Like I think a Bloodthorn would have been better than an MKB here, in all honesty. I don't think she should have bought a Bloodthorn, but I think there are definitely better items than MKB. It's like I mean I can kind of understand it, right? Because like MKB, because you want just a damage item with your 25 talent, but I think there are better ones.
I looked it up. I looked up the outage map, by the way, from ISP. It's not just me. I'm vindicated. It's not just me. It's
I
out
mean,
of my
I'd
control.
hope it wasn't literally just your exact location.
That would be that'd be very annoying if it was just me. I guess either luckily or unluckily, it's not just me. Where were we? Oh yeah, we have Fury being gone on mid lane, perhaps, but instead it's Shrek blinking in for Camel Farmer. Roll is missed by Baboon, and now Shrek focuses to Jakiro. Jakiro has fallen. Fume blink in, but Fume is trying to find the real CK and bring him down, but he's being cut up with a deuce with the sky. Shrek engaging him. The wall vacuum is there on 2. The damage is massive. Shrek is dead, but the exchange is for the Grimstroke. Stone Gaze has stunned the Ursa. The Ursa has fallen. Journey is running away, and Boldex, who fought back, is being run at once again. Smiley is out of mana. He is trying to run away, but he's being beaten by his own illusion. Smiley is just so low right now. The damage isn't enough.
That's so
no.
Close.
With the burrow from Camel Farmer, it brings down Medusa. Now Journey, who's been running away from Earthspear for the last half a minute, has a 2-man vacuum once again on Fury and Baboon. The bash, but no, the roll by the Baboon as Camel Farmer once again is kiting around the Chaos Knight, who's just dead. That's a dieback on Shrek the Green Knight. It is chaos right now. Back to Journey. He's still running away. Journey is surging in, looking for Fury. Fury is just so low. The burrow again, and down goes Fury. A big streak falls. Aurora has bought back. Smiley and Fury can buy back. But being chilling, they want damage.
You must be a little bit careful here. He can like potentially die to some buybacks, and his team's not like immediately present. They do both have bots though. I think Radiant kind of missed their window here. I think they're gonna get megged or something. At least 2 lanes.
Will be Acerdain respawning. It is Ranger Axe dead. Melee stop. Certainly dead. The question is not if it's just that. Is it going to be 2 racks or megas? That's the question right now. Because they're hitting mid right now.
They don't particularly hit towers the quickest. Okay, that's a Kunkka buyback. They're in shell. They're only going to get 1, I guess.
They're scared off. BKB is used on Fume. Journey. Whoa, Journey. That was dangerous, but he gets away from that one.
You need the X Marshall's cooldown, and so it's hard to catch a Surge Darkseer with no X. Like Earth Spirit rolling on a Surge Darkseer can be pretty difficult. And they have no CK to just like go straight up blink stun you. So it was a measured risk.
Third Roshan of the game has joined his 2 predecessors in the grave again. It is Aegis.
I should give Jakiro this eggs. He won't have it because like Ursa already ate it, but Jakiro getting this eggs would have been really good. Actually, I guess he didn't take the 20 talent for it, so maybe it's less good, but
I like it on there, so it's nice to say you get stunned by what? You can get a roll, you can get a Chaos Bolt that way. Come in handy.
Yeah, but you can't really get out of roll, because if you're rolled, you're silenced as well.
This is true. He's not guaranteed to be silenced, but yeah, Baboon is playing well. He's been playing well. He'll do that. I mean, this Dark Portrait Illusion is powerful.
Definitely. It's got a Rapier Cute on Smiley. I can get behind this. I think this is probably the correct pickup. They got 2 heroes that take your illusions, and that is that's something that you can't take the Rapier damage on illusions. So that's one way of dealing with it. That's actually pretty funny. There's like a very realizable scenario where Dire just has 3 Deuces on their team. 1 from Punch, 1 from Wall, 1 from Dark Portrait.
I suppose you might even see 3 Dusa on 3 Dusa action, including the Manta illusion. So it is a game of Medusas.
You could realistically, I mean, like it probably won't happen, but realistically it could happen with this this refresher. If the Dusa Mantas and then Grimstroke soulbinds a Dusa illusion, and it soulbinds to the real Dusa and you Dark Portrait, so you make 2 illusions there. And then the Darkseer has Wall Punch, Refresher, Wall Punch, and that's 4, so you could have 6 Dusas on Dire.
I was gonna say Radiant cannot do that. Even if they buy a CK and a Refresher on, if they buy Ag Refresher on CK, you can get 5 Deuces, but 5 is less than 6.
Wait, actually, maybe that is true. Wait, if you have Ag's Refresher, does it get rid of your illusions on your teammates?
We have to hold that thought. We see a Burrow on Keeper of the Light who has diebacked. They move to Smiley, who has been vacuumed and soulbound to his Chaos Knight. Fume is stoned currently, however. Chaos Bolt Will stump with 3 seconds. The Torrent Fume will lose one. And the Torrent as well. That's Sand King. Sand King will burrow on Medusa, who's low on mana but still is alive. The Tidal Wave brings Dire closer to Medusa, which will BKB and run away. On the north side, Shrek dies to Journey and Company. That is another dieback on Shrek the Green Knight. So it is a 3v5 defense. But Boone just died on the north side as well to Acid Rain, so it's now a 2v5 defense. It is not impossible, but it is difficult. Now Abyssal Blade is there, and the Medusa immediately into the Burrow Shrek, into the damage. Is it enough? Yes, it easily is. Medusa can buy back. She'll probably have to buy back. But the defense is still extraordinarily difficult. Fume is Inkswell. He will not blink in, but he will take the Rex.
This is Megas. I think. Oh, Smiley actually did not like got rid of the rapier from his quick buy. Maybe he'll go for it. Oh, maybe they lose right now.
Engage in, the bolt will hit, but the problem is Dire is just too tanky, perhaps. Camel Farmer has found the Kunk, gets a dieback on Fury. Baboon has rolled in with his BKB and magnetized, but he is only distracting from his own death, as his carry also dies in the west side of the Camel Farmer's epicenter, so it's over. The GG's call, they know it's over, and we've gotten it! We've gotten our wish, we are getting game number 3.
Alright. Bing Chilling played a lot better this game. I like their draft more. Like I thought their draft was fine last game, but this game I think they definitely had a very coherent idea and they played it well. They're able to just kind of continuously run at the Radiant heroes, and it worked out really well. I think that Head Bonk, in hindsight, their draft was probably unideal for the way that they're playing the game. I think that Fury, it was kind of hard for him to like really make moves this game and kind of play aggressively, because first of all he had a couple unfortunate deaths, or rather untimely deaths, and so that kind of delayed his timings, and then additionally it's just kind of like harder to kill people on Kunkka than it is on Storm. So maybe for game 3 he's playing a spirit hero or like Puck, one of the more traditional Fury heroes.
I'm going to
Oh,
go look at the graph. These graphs, it just slowly slid out of favor. And Radiant actually, we're up by a solid like 3-4K lead. It's hard to tell with this 50-minute graph, but that was a pretty significant lead for Headbong. But Bing Chiling back against the wall. It came through. Yay. Internet's still not fun. Not enjoying it. Not enjoying my ISP. I need to send him a strongly worded letter or something. Like, hey, fix your shit.
bad ISP RNG.
Actually, it's true. It's kind of out of my control. It's kind of random, so what can you do? At least we are getting a game 3. And you know what? I think both teams, they've potentially earned a grand finals win, but it comes down to who is going to be the better team in the most important game of the season. Bing Chiling, they've been there. They've done that. They did this last season. They won grand finals in game 3. Headbonk, for their part, this is completely uncharted territory. They've never made it this far into the season. They've made, I believe, multiple 4th place finishes before this season. So this is different for them.
Yeah, for sure. Uh, who won last season again?
Bing Chiling, they were Frostfire
Yeah,
Simstead.
yeah. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that wasn't 2 seasons ago. Yeah, so they're looking to defend their title.
I mean, they're one game away. They're on the precipice of defending their title. They are missing their old middle laner, but their new middle laner went 15-2-9, so perhaps they didn't need Colonel Squid. Perhaps. Well, we'll answer that one, I suppose, in a matter of about an hour or so, right? We'll figure out if he is a Squid or not. Let's see here.
I think about the first phase. So they five pick Coddle, right? I think Coddle will probably have lower priority going into the next draft. Or if they do, like, has J. Cardo played Coddle for Headbone?
Has Jacardo played Coddle? Let's go find out, shall we? So yes, 20 games lifetime in esports lobbies on Coddle.
He played one, it was a loss.
He played. He played.
Oh, those lads little.
That's little 4 days ago. I suppose he can play it, but he's not a big Coddle player.
Man.
Does he have pub stats on Coddle? Let's go find out, shall we? Let's go find out if he's a pub Coddle player. Rose. He has 30 games lifetime on Coddle, which is not that many.
Yeah, it's really not.
I suppose it could be less games, but you're probably not that confident with here. You've only played 30 games on the last like 7 years.
Yeah, I think it'll be prioritized list. I don't think they'll just like straight up pick it the way that they did this game, where it was just like, oh, hey, Coddle's not banned this game. Let's pick it at 5. Maybe they'll pick Coddle later on, but I think it'll only be if they have only if it's with a hero that they can like immediately play it with. Because like they had 5 Coddle and then 3 CK, so like Coddle CK is a pretty good combo, but they couldn't really connect those two heroes at all because they're playing in opposite lanes, and then they didn't really want to be doing the same things. So like when you have 5 Coddle, you kind of just want to be blasting towers, but CK is a hero that you actually want to be going on the other side of the river with, and you want to actually try to go in and aggressively kill heroes with. It's easy to kill heroes with 4 Coddle, but 5 Coddle, it's like you don't really have the levels for Chakra Magic, and it becomes a little bit more suspect.
You saw it that game. I mean, Coddle even ended the game level 20, but then again, so did Earth Spirits. Radiant were struggling for levels. They were. If you pull up the XP graph, that is a significant. I mean, it's even a larger XP deficit than it was a gold deficit. So
M Farmer was level 29, but he was lower XPM than Smiley and Fume and Journey.
huh, how does that work?
I think it's because when he got like a lot of when he got his levels was in like individual minute intervals. He wasn't getting a constant amount of XP. It was like when he would get a lot of XP, it would be because he like killed a hero and he'd get like a fuck ton of XP like in individual minutes, but overall when you average, I don't even know if that's how math works, to be honest, but
I'm not going to have an answer for you on that one either. But hmm. Who won the coin flip for? Okay, so Bing Chuling won the coin flip for Game 3. So they have choice of pick your side. Notably, though, the team that had choice lost both games. Bing Chuling won coin flip game 1. They lost. Headbonk, they chose, I believe, Radiance game 2, and they lost. So we're at the point now where it'd be a bit of a shocker if the team who had choice all 3 games lost, to be honest.
yeah, that would not make sense. Also, someone in chat said MQB for Sandstorm level 25. Tell them that's actually pretty smart. I didn't think about that. That makes sense.
It's also, I mean, I'm surprised we forgot about it. It's one of the best talents in Dota. It's extraordinarily powerful talent. Does a lot. Especially in games where if you don't have like an MKB, your BKB is running out, or against Smiley, yeah, your BKB is very, very low.
Well, the number used to be a lot bigger, right? It
I think it
used to
was
be
50% before, maybe. I don't play Sand King.
yeah, it used to be 50. I thought it used to be higher, but maybe it was. Yeah, no, it was just 50 when it got released. It was 50.
And even then, still at 40, it's very powerful. It is a
Indeed.
very powerful talent.
Eventually, consider so. Last time they banned Weaver Storm, I really like the Storm ban. I think the Storm ban, like, yeah, again, they're gonna run back the Storm.
Apparently XPM's only calculated to 25, which
Oh,
seems odd because it goes to 30. It
I see.
goes all the way to 30.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
I remember they had that back when 25 was the cap, right? You'd assume they would
Yeah,
expand it, but
yeah,
apparently
because they
not.
it used to always like you used to always have the same XPM. You'd have like 412 XPM if you had level 25 in a game. I remember.
How am I on water right now? I need a little more water. I will be right back.
So I don't think this pick's gonna be Coddle. I think could be Sand King. What did they pick last time? They picked SK Grimstroke, right? So I think yeah, I could see a Sand King pick here. I could see what else? I mean, Death Prophet has been ignored the entire series. That hero's still a phenomenal 5 pick. They take Grimstroke 5. Oh my god. Okay, I think that's the worst part of the SK Grimstroke combo. I feel like if you're being chilling here, you can take like SK Pugna, you can take SK Shaman, I don't know, SK plus any acid rain hero really. Murana, Hoodwink. Hoodwink's a banger SK combo. Hoodwink's really strong. Shocker, shocker. I guess they did pick Pugna and they got kind of stomped game one, so I would not be it would make sense for them to be kind of against picking the Pugna again. Yeah, Death Prophet, that hero is in the game still. It's pretty strong. Interested to see what Headmonk's gonna pick here though. Think no, I don't think. Just Dawnbreaker straight up, huh? Okay, interesting. Guess it was second phase banned by Bing Chilling last game, so that makes sense. So they really prioritize it, and they wanted to just Shrek wants to make sure that he can play it, so it just takes it on the 8 pick here. I don't like super like it, but I can understand the reason behind it. Bing Chilling the band, Dawnbreaker and the Dragonite. They probably won't ban either of those this time. One of them, because one of them's not possible, and the other one wouldn't make sense because they already have offlaner. Deuce band, okay. I like it a lot. Deuce is pretty good against SK, and Deuce has got a weird matchup with Death Prophet, but it can be hard to get the favorable side of the Death Prophet Deuce matchup. CK ban, interesting, interesting. Um, They could go for Jug again on head bonk to lane with the Grimstroke. That's true. Actually, Grimstroke has had 100% win rate so far this series. That's interesting. I don't think that hero's particularly crazy. Just a solid showing. Void Spirit ban. Interesting as well. It's definitely a Fury hero, but similarly to Grimstroke, I don't think that hero is particularly amazing.
We've seen it prioritized quite highly tonight, though. Even though it's not necessarily a top of the meta hero, it's been selected all three games. Unlike, say, DP, who's been selected once tonight.
You know, Void Spirit has a game breaking bug actually, but it's like really hard to do, so it's not really game breaking.
Well,
If
that
you
be.
if you have an Ags, and then if you press Resonant Pulse and then drop your Ags and pick it up, like all like very quickly, you press Resonant Pulse and it goes off and it uses 0 charges. So if you're like really, really good, you can use like 6 Resonant Pulses in a row. But it's really hard to do.
It seems very broken, yeah.
It's literally balanced by the fact that it's hard to do. Otherwise it'd be otherwise it would be auto fixed.
Actually took a few minutes after I got some water. Need to untilt from my ISP. But what can you do sometimes? What can you do?
The Pangolier ban. That's a hero. It's pretty good. That's a Fury hero. I think the Fury hero will kind of make a big deal on the draft. I think making sure that he gets a good one is going to be a very big deal. Puck's like this game. Puck's like okay, but I think he could be a good pick for Fury. What other kind of heroes does he have? Lesh is kind of meh. I don't really think Lesh is good this game. I don't really think that should be the kind of hero that he wants to pick. Undying.
That's the first time we've seen
Mhm.
Undying tonight. Now there's a. Pretty sure Undying's still very popular in the shiny DPC, but we have not seen him in lads tonight until now. Interesting. Interesting stuff right
Your
there.
mic's lagging for me now in Discord.
Oh, yay, my favorites. More internet problems.
I figured you wouldn't be happy to hear that, but I should tell you anyways.
I'm happy you told me. I'm definitely upset, but I'm happy you told me.
It's better now, but it was for that just when you're talking about Undying. Yeah, I mean I think Undying's strong. It's gonna be laning against Dawnbreaker, which is like a little bit tricky of a matchup just because Dawnbreaker does so much damage early on in the laning phase, but like Undying against Strength Heroes is never going to be bad. Scarith Mage. Interesting. This is like okay, Dire needs to pick some BKB core heroes, and the SK needs to actually buy a BKB this game. And then they're like very set, I think, because like when you have a Skywrath, you kind of need a stun to cast all your spells on top of it. You need a Dragon Knight, you need a Sand King, you need something. Pango even is like acceptable, but like they don't have they don't have a stun to cast all their abilities on. They don't have any kind of they don't have any kind of instant stun. Like Puck's a fake stun. Dawnbreaker isn't really a stun. Wraith King works. That's kind of a BKB core. And additionally, you don't really care if Spherath casts his spells on Wraith King for the most part.
That'd be one of the possible cores that Smiley could have played as well to combo with that Skywrath mage now gone.
True.
So
True.
it's an ideal pick both to play against the Skywrath, but also to deny pick the Skywrath. So it's like the two characters that come to mind that can combo with the Skywrath mage are CK and Wraith King. One's banned, one's picked. So I'm sure there's more carries who can stun things. Maybe Sven's an option, but I mean we're not seeing that much
That
Sven
hero.
nowadays.
Monkey King is something that I think could be decent because it's got pretty good matchup, pretty good core matchup against Wraith King, and it's like a decent lane against the SK. This is actually what's going on with the rules here on Dire? Is this 4 Death Prophet, 4 Undying?
Had to guess it would be a 5 Undying, 4 DP, but I wouldn't be too shocked if it's 3 DP, 2 Sand King, and they pick a 4 last year.
True, true. Actually, yeah, that's probably what it's going to be.
They have got 24 pick. They can keep it ambiguous whether or not they want to go Sand King mid, DP mid, 24 pick mid. They've got three options that are all perfectly viable. They're going to wait for Smiley's pick. And if Sand King leans against it well, go Sand King 3. If DP leans against it well, go DP 3. And if not, then you can even pick a different 3. You have a lot of good options here. So, I mean, you have a lot of good options if you're being chilling.
I would be interested to see Camel Farmer play Death Prophet because I feel like that's not really a Camel Farmer type hero.
Thing is, it looks like lads winning mid laners, and they all play DP. You look at the last four champions of lads, and they were all proficient DP players. So if Camel Farmer wants to be a lads winning middle laner, it's time to suit up, play Crobolus, the Death Prophet, and win like that.
It's true. I mean, Death Prophet's really fun to play, but it's just like it's he's a spirit hero player. He just kind of runs in and out of the fight. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to just kind of like get early advantage with the lane and then kind of like buy a BKB and slowly build on his net worth lead and just keep being a strong hero throughout the entirety of the game. It's definitely a different playstyle. Uh, Smiley though, well, what hero is he playing this game? I don't think the Jug is as good as it was. They still been no,
Still
but
getting banned. I mean, he likes playing Phantom Assassin, but
it's really
yeah,
rough
it's a
this
really
game with
rough
him.
game for PA.
Well, I mean, it's like pretty good core matchups. Just think it works kind of not the best with his the heroes. Honestly, PA is like not that bad of a pick, I think. Do they go for it? Yeah, they
They
do.
went for
Okay.
it. I mean, we were doubtful of its effectiveness, but we were plausible on its pickability, and they got picked.
Once they get the puck 25, then that'll be nice for the PA with the coil through BKB. I think that I uh there has to be some like just banger pick here. Like some banger core hero. I hope they don't just pick a position for.
It is. I mean, you could land the Sand King just fine there, right? And then go like 4 DP and then go to for mid.
You can pick Pugna support. That's a pretty good sub hero this game.
Pugner really has not been contested at 24 pick.
Yeah, they lost game one with it, and then it was ignored game two, and then I mean, so far as it's been ignored this game. Uh,
There's not much time left. There's 30 seconds remaining, so it's time to put chips on the table, Bing Chilling. It is the last pick of your lad's season. What you doing? What do you want to select? Is it a mid? Is it an offlaner? Is it a four support? You have lots of options. You see the entire draft. You know what Head Bonk are doing. You know exactly where those heroes are going too, get more or less. So,
Viper.
ooh, so it's Viper 3 DP 4 tanking mid. I think. I
We'll
think
see. We'll see.
that's a dirty Viper pick though. It's hard to both kill the Viper if you're Radiant, but the
Camel
break
Farmer
there,
SK.
powerful.
Camel Farmer SK. Interesting. So maybe it's 4 Undying, 5 Death Prophet.
That's
Nope.
four,
Five.
four
Five.
DP 3 Viper. I was on point on that one. I'm happy with that one.
Yeah.
I've
That
predicted
is.
correctly for once.
It is a little bit weird though that their offlane now is Death Prophet Viper, but I guess it does actually lean pretty well against. It doesn't really lean that well against PA Grimstruck. I think they have to kind of watch out. It's definitely a little. That lane takes some finesse. You might just die to Inksol if you're not careful.
If you think about it, right? Well, what has been really the defining trend of the last like 3 months? It's these tanky green heroes dominating in the games. These like tanky green spellcasters. Viper hasn't been that popular, but it's, DP's been popular, Nexus been popular. Viper, tanky green spellcasting heroes, do it. Let's have a good time.
True. And yeah, it's pretty good Viper game overall. I think you can ult the PA through her BKB, and it's really good at kind of slowing her demolition during her BKB duration. Uh, Works well. I mean, you got SK Wraith King Chorus kind of already, right? So you're not really you're not lacking in the initiation department, so you just kind of need some damage to throw into these heroes when they're stunned. Viper's pretty good at doing that. Level
All
30
right.
Wraith King.
If you are just joining us, welcome to the ultimate game of Season 9 of League of Lads. It is Grand Finals, Game 3. Winner takes all. Loser goes home, regardless of who wins today. Headbonk won Game 1 in dominant fashion. Bing Chiling, they had the Game 2 in difficult fashion, but a win is a win nonetheless. It is now Game 3. Will there be a new champion? Or will there be 5 new champions? Let's find out. My name is Badger, and I'm joined by the one and only Logical Dota, and it's time. Let's do it.
Oh, he's gonna. He dropped a sentry. Okay.
Nearly dying for first blood. So a few more steps to the northwest. But he did not make those steps. Instead, it's Shrek leading the way into the dire side tri-camp. So we're on the Journey. Not the ideal target, perhaps, but Journey is slowed by Concussive Shot and the Dawnbreaker. So Journey actually dies. Never mind, it is a good target. First blood goes to Shrek. Now, probably not the ideal person to have it on, but still a good person to have it on.
Journey is pretty like Viper is actually very squishy at early levels, so it's I think you're pretty content with that. You did, yeah. You got he bought a lot of strength items, so he's got that going for him. But at the same time, this is a low armor, low move speed hero. You are happy to go on it. Oh, and Azarin's
He's trying to run out the Siphon. Uphill miss. Actually,
very fire.
okay, the uphill miss chance saved his life. Orb? Draws
That's
in from
insane.
Fury!
Oh, okay.
Woohoo. Okay. Big
He's
place.
landing in Sand King, so I guess that you don't really need the HP too much. Everyone in chat is saying that this Wraith King lane is going to be hard. I'm pretty sure that Wraith King Undying wins this lane. Like that duo is extremely strong. That being said, though, the Death Prophet's laning top, so now I have to agree with chat.
And Shrek has a lead as well. He gets first blood money, so he's super rich right now. This is the ideal start to the game if you're Headbonk. Literally the ideal start to the game, pretty much. I always forget that, like, Viper is... He's always so tanky, like, level 4 onwards, but he's level 1 right now, so he's super squishy. He's, not doing anything, and... Speaking of not doing anything, it's Fume, just tanking right clicks. He's just dead! Whoa! Whoa! He's just dead! 4 tips!
I'm really surprised that Dire went for this laning setup. Like, I kind of understand that they want like the ranged hero with the melee hero, but I think they just made both of these lanes weaker than if they just went the offlaner with the 4 and the carry with the 5.
They dive to tower for Acid Rain, and they do not get him. Acid Rain had a stick, he popped it, but these trades are so favorable for Headbonk. They are right out of the gate. So aggressive right now in this game number 3. Well, good news for Bing Chilling. Look bottom lane at Journey's deny count. He already has 5 denies. That is... Yeah, it's as many denies as everyone's combined in the game right now. It's a lot of denies.
Yeah, it's very good for Journey right now, but I think he is going to have to like make this PA like have to abandon the lane at level 4 if he, okay, I mean actually the way the lane's going right now, that is kind of what's happening. I think Radiant kind of mess it up here at this like 2nd minute mark. Once they hit level 3, they actually have like a pretty good chance of killing the Viper with level 2 Inkswell, but nice deny. This is like not what you want to do though. Yeah, I really agree with that Smiley call to just back off, even though he's going to have the full damage Inkswell. It's just not worth it to cast all your spells in the Undying. They need to get level 3 and then all in the Viper.
After happens though, top lane, they all in on Fume, and for was it the 3rd time now? Correction, 2nd time they kill Fume.
He has spaced out his deaths though, so he'll be able to TP back top. I think Dire kind of messed up their lane setup with Dire. I really don't think this lane should be that bad. Astron's dead too.
Oh no, another death. I mean, they had They had the Undying there. He would have been good in this lane. It's a fantastic lane to be Undying, but they opt out. And it appears to be a very regrettable mistake right now.
I mean, Skywrath is like pretty good against Undying in lane because you can just slow and then hit him, but the Wraith King and the Undying work really well together because most of the time when you're Undying, you don't have a core hero that can like stun and slow heroes for you. But the Undying are but Wraith King as a carry for Undying, they just have it just has really good synergy. You can stun, you do a lot of damage, so you can capitalize on the fact that they have no max health because of decay, and then as well the Wraith Fire Blast stun into slow is really nice for helping your Undying chase heroes down.
Well, essentially, I figured out the theme of the game. It is a game where carries are suffering. Both carries having a truly awful time right now.
And you're happier about that if you're Wraith King than you are PA. PA is like extremely timing based.
Even if both of them are forced to the jungle, Wraith King at this level is far better at jungling than PA.
Definitely.
Like, Wraith King can go jungle right now if he really wants to. PA probably needs... I mean, he can go right now, but it's not fast until he has 6, and even then, it's still not that fast until he has items.
Yeah, you need Phantom Strike points if you really want to jungle quickly. I'd say like, I mean, if I was Smiley, I'd probably just go like 2-4, like 2-4-1 right now with the obviously getting coup de grace whenever you can.
We're seeing Fume. He, despite his 2 deaths, has a Helm of the Iron Wool. He is +6 armor suddenly. He is no longer as susceptible to just dying anymore.
I don't really like the decision by Fume, but he's definitely a little bit tankier right now. So at least the lane will be a little bit nicer for him. He'll be a little bit more sustainable. But I think it would have been better for him to just try to get items to jungle faster, like get on with his phase boots and like a glove. Is Azure gonna kill him?
Acid Rain just kills him. They chose that fight. They were 2v1ing Acid Rain, and, well, Acid Rain's still alive. Baboon is man fighting, but Fume has arrived. Acid Rain's still alive! Now dead, but if you're Bing Chilane, you are so happy with that exchange. That is a 2-for-1. Fume gets a lot of XP from that. Shrek was the first one to die, and this top lane that was going so well for Headbunk, suddenly no one going as well. Bot lane, Aurora, I believe he's dead. I don't think he can escape from this one. He's slowed by the Viper. He will ink slow himself, but... barely dead. The decay will do it.
Nice decay. It's PA is definitely like really sad, and this is like really depressing if you're PA because it's like hard to deviate from buying Battle Fury on this hero. Otherwise, it's like it's very random. I feel like it's very untested. It's pretty much been the only build for a long time. Like there was Maelstrom, like Matu kind of like innovated Maelstrom PA a little bit, but it's like undertested is an understatement.
Problem is, top lane Fume, he's dead, but he has reincarnate. Candle Farmer is rotated and he's silenced by the ancient seal of Baboon, but Baboon is destined to die. Sand King is hasted. However, bottom lane, the other mid laner Fury rotates onto the Viper. Coil was committed, and it was a kill on Journey. So overall, it's good for Headbunk. Both teams get 1 kill, but the kill for Radiant much more viable.
Yeah, definitely. I think Camel Farmer could have killed the Dawnbreaker if he just went after the Dawnbreaker instead of the SK, or instead of the Skywrath Mage. But opts to just take the easier kill. A really nice TV by Fury though, bottom. I think that was like really important for his PA's game. PA is still struggling as well, but is he actually dying to this?
No, he's
No.
Who is dying is the Undying. Oxymoron.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you meant the Puck.
Oh.
No, Puck is fine, Undying not fine. Though top lane, they're diving again for Fume, who has Reincarnate on cooldown. Starbreaker will hit, but Fume has the armlet. He's turning. Acid Rain TP's in. Radiant have left, and I just want you to once again affix your attention to Journey's denies.
27.
He's got 27 denies. 28 denies. I mean, this man is a menace to society. He is damaging the peace right now by doing this. This is genuinely disgusting.
Yeah, Smiley's buying a lot of small items as well. He's going for a corrosion. He bought both the main components of it. I think his game's gonna he's gonna really be struggling. It's 8 minutes right now, and he's only 2,800 net worth right now on NPA. It's it's really rough. I'm not even sure what I would do if I was PA. I guess maybe this might be the right approach, but he's gonna have to like his game is just never going to be good unless Dire messes up. And so he has to like I don't know, like hope to take fights, but your hero's not particularly great at fighting, and I mean if Dire plays their cards right, it's not like you're supposed to be making that big of a difference in these fights.
If you can like maybe find 5v4 fights with the corrosion, say Wraith King farming or Viper farming, whatever, then it can pay off, but that feels difficult to obtain. Like, it's hard to obtain 5v4 fights in which your team is still farming the map. You know?
Yeah. I mean, if you're able to like decisively win 5v4 fights even with the Wraith King farming, you're like very happy about that, but it honestly just feels like the PA's game is going to be bad, and then like she's just kind of fighting because she's the best vehicle for Inkswell.
I guess Puck can itemize to eventually do that, but Puck is currently going Witchblade.
You can do it as Puck. It's just you're definitely a lot worse at doing it than PA.
That's true, yeah. Back to top. It is a dive from Shrek and Baboon, this time onto Acid Rain, and Acid Rain, he cannot survive that one on Death Prophets. He was trying to get some XP in the top lane, but finds a death in the top lane instead. It is 9-4 kill score, but despite only having 4 kills, Bing Chilling are ahead in gold right now.
Bulljacks took the arcane rune that he was standing on for his SK, unfortunate. The SK is like having a really good game though. Kevin Farmer's playing really well. He's 1,000 gold pretty much above Fury right now. This lane's not supposed to go like this.
He has the Blink Dagger as well, so perhaps... I'm not sure if, I think Radiant saw the Blink Dagger on that Observer ward, and understandably, you see Blink Sand King rotating to your lane. It is time to vacate the premises, go middle lane, go Dire jungle, get the hell out, and just, I suppose, let your tower die. Ideally, they would exchange for the Dire side top tier 1, but they're instead splitting their attention on both middle and top, and they'll get neither.
It's definitely really hard for them to just kind of like hit towers on Radiant in general. This PA is super susceptible as well, actually. I think they should be like running at this PA, right? And if they're able to kill her with like a Viper CP or like an SK Epicenter, it's such a big deal right now. Smiley is like super in the middle of nowhere. They should really I think they kind of just like assume that they're behind him right now. Since he's able to get this tower. But if they kill the PA, that's like sets her game back even farther. She's 3.8k net worth minute 11. This is like if you're 3.8k net worth minute 10, you're having like a rough game. But minute 11,
Once a burrow on Baboon, Solar Guardian is the defensive play. Mystic Flare brings down Sand King, Tombstone, and drop Voljax 2 will drop. Baboon is the trade, but now Shrek is being kited around by Journey Sniper Strike. As that happens, Aurora is dead as well to Journey. So Journey gets 3 kills. Fury will jump away. I believe he'll survive on Puck. That's you mentioned it. It's a fantastic fight there for Bing Chilling.
this ran his max Crypt Swarm, that's insane. But I mean, fighting like this into Dire's lineup is just impossible. They like the honestly the fight went better than I expected it to. They actually got the SK kill before he was really able to get most of his abilities off. But you're fighting into like this is when DP and Undying are strongest. They both just hit level 6, and so they're both just able to cast their spells. They're like as strong or stronger than core heroes at this point of the game, and so they're able to parlay that into the mid tier 1. Well played by Dire, but also I'm a little bit concerned that Radiant opted to take that fight.
We are on Battle Fury watch. Miley. He's still a good bit away. He's about halfway to a Claymore. So, he's about 2,000 gold within the B Fury still, which is a lot of gold. And now his farm has been broken. Epic the Burrow has seen missed. Smiley's half HP, coils on Sand King, and perhaps an unforced error from Camel Farmer will cost him his life. Mystic Flare hits, and Boldax and Journey could not bring down Smiley. Camel Farmer. The Burrow was missed, and that might come to haunt him later.
Yeah, that was kind of like the way that Dyer took. They had like all the time in the world to take that, but they definitely rushed that attempt at a kill on the PA. I agree. I think that's kind of a big deal. PA still has 0 deaths now. I mean, her game's still bad, but if you're able to kill the PA like that, then all of a sudden she's got a death on the board and her game is looking bad.
Still one of the most sad zero death carry games I've seen in my entire life.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, you'd want to have your Battle Fury at like 13, 14.
Like now, pretty much. You want it on the courier right
Yeah,
now.
but Smiley's gonna have it at like 15 earliest.
Now 15 is generous. I mean, he might have two swords
Yeah,
at
that's true.
15.
I thought I thought he had the Claymore coming in the courier, but he had the Ring of Health.
Yeah, it's
True.
unfortunate.
And meanwhile, Fume is like completely chilling. His game's like he's 1-2-1, but he's been able to. He's just had way more of the map.
This is the power of Wraith King in recovery mode is, despite having arguably a worse lane than Smiley, he's a Wraith King. Who's fine. He's now number one net worth by a country mile. Actually, not a country mile. He's more like a normal mile right now, but he's still ahead by. This is 5 gold net. He's very happy right now.
He's trying to do a lot right now, which I think is like I don't really agree with this play by Dyer right now. I think they should be consuming more of the map than trying to like dive Shrek on this bottom tier too. This is kind of overly aggressive. They have so much of the map. They got the entirety of the jungle to farm. They got this jungle to farm, but they're all just kind of congregating in the Radiant main jungle.
Suppose they made that sort of concept you mentioned game number. I'm sure it was the other game we saw Shrek Dunberg. I think it was game 1. If you go on Shrek, he can help his teammates, but going on Shrek is still hard right now. He's under a tier 2 tower. He's very tanky.
And Shrek's teammates are not so tanky that they don't die even with Dawnbreaker roll. Like if you go on like this PA is so this is illegal as hell. This is so illegal in the top lane.
But he's not getting punished.
Yeah.
The IRS is not punishing him for his transgressions. Yeah. Bot T2 goes down. Dyer claimed the outpost, unsurprisingly on that one. And you saw Acid Rain as kind of Tumblr's toy into Shrek, but neither hero wanted to engage in that fight.
Well, I mean they got the bottom tier 2 at least, so now it's like pretty impossible for Radiant to ever come back into this area. And so now they can go and sweep, try to kill Smiley. I mean Smiley's still poor, right? 16 minutes he doesn't have his battle fury. I was saying that I hope he'd have it by 15, but
well, we've got a Burrow on Grimstroke and a Silence on Skywrath Mage. Skywrath Mage turns the Silence on Death Prophets, but it is both of the Radiant supports taking a casualty on that one. And
they can roast you. They have Exo.
Yeah, this is a free Roshan. Exo pops, Fumes in the pit with the Desolator, and yeah, they're in a good spot again on Bing Chiling. They're up by 2k, and that lead's about to get a little bit larger.
They have some, yeah, they have crazy heroes for taking Roshan. Death Prophet's really good at it, Wraith King's really good at it with the Deso. Undying ult, the damage amplification works, so it's really good on it. Viper as well with the Q. They like melted that Rosh. You see how fast it went?
He even gave the Aegis to the Viper, which I suppose makes sense. Fume has the an Aegis ability, and it's not like DP or Sank you really need it, so. Huh, they put on Viper, it makes sense. It's odd, but it makes sense.
I think they should be splitting a lot more though on these heroes. Like I think it's honestly mostly the Sand King's job. He should be looking in these side lanes to try to catch heroes because the rest of his heroes are not particularly mobile yet. Fume doesn't have a blink. Once he has a blink, he can start looking to catch heroes as well. But this PA has been having like we spoke at length about how bad PA's game is, but at the same time, like her game should be even worse right now. She should be getting run at nonstop by burrow strikes and just kind of like additional follow-up abilities after his.
Find Acid Rain mid lane, but he's not. Yeah. He's still dead. Burrow is on 2. It's Puck and Dawnbreaker. Epi is popped. Left Shrek is on Shrek the Green Night Fury. Dead Shrek is on the run. Soulbind is kiting the Dire cores a little bit. Shrek's BKB is over. Problem is, they can't find Shrek again. So it ends up being a 1-for-1 exchange. DP for Puck. And yeah, I mean, PA's actually managed to recover a game. B-Fury's on the courier right now. Claymore, that is the second sword on the courier. Her game is recovered. So
I mean, it's been at 18.
I mean, it's not good, but look at this net worth, right? She's fourth in net worth. This is a lot better than it should be.
Yeah, that's true. It's definitely a lot better than it should be. If they're able to get this kill on Camel Farmer, which it looks like they will be.
He has to blink away in time. No, he's silenced and very dead.
That's definitely big. Yeah, I mean, I think Camel Farmer, you're really he should be trying to. He shouldn't be so focused on his own game right now and kind of like farming the nearby creeps. If he's able to run at these heroes, I think that the game will open up a lot. Is okay, Boone's gonna get
Goodbye,
T-shot.
Jake Erdo. Wait, Shrek has arrived. I'm not sure if Dire know he's there, and I also don't know where Smiley's TPing from, so Smiley gets away. But, I mean, right now, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like even though Bing Chuling is in the lead, Bing Chuling have to do something. The burden execution is on them, where if they kind of sit back and build the right plays, eventually, Head Bonk will win this game.
It's partly true. I mean, I think it's just like they're ahead right now, so if they do stuff, then they're gonna win the game guaranteed. But if they don't do stuff, then it becomes a little bit ambiguous. Like they could lose the game still if they like take fights poorly and the PA ends up getting kills. But it's not like they lose the game if they don't do anything. It's just they are really kind of not using the opportunity to the fullest right now, I think.
EA
Yeah.
is still farming BKB. Not even close. Dire hitting towers. We've gotten 5 towers so far. Just say
Fume can,
future top left.
yeah, sorry. Fume can be looking to kind of like fill Camel Farmer's role as well, just of looking for heroes in the side lanes. Now that he has this blink as well, it's even easier because they can't really go for plays like they did at this at this top area where you try to like kill the hero that's looking for pickoffs because Fume doesn't really die if you do that. This feels kind of forced though. I'm not really sure if I fuck with the fact that they are trying to hit this top tower. They are playing a little bit too scared, I think, because it's game 3 of grand finals. They really should be splitting up more on Dire.
Suppose they've run out of towers to take. I mean, they've gotten the other 5 outer towers. Seeing Baboon, he's slowly tumblers played his way to the back lines almost. Fury blinks in upon Journey, but Journey has 2 lives for another minute longer. Baboon is just in the trees, but he tumbler toys away. Okay, great tumblers toy play from Baboon. Play that much.
Well, they're gonna get this tower now. It seems like, but I don't think it like they can get this tower pretty much whenever they want. It's like a really big deal that they try to get Smiley.
Fury. Yeah, he's fun. Fume, he was looking at Fury, but Fury also was playing Puck, so not an easy kill.
He took skeleton attack damage on Wraith King. That's crazy. Over the stun duration talent. I actually can't remember the last time I've seen that.
I agree. That is I mean, I guess he hasn't even maxed the Wraith Fire Blast yet. He's not really prioritizing it that heavily, but yeah, that's a lot of stun duration.
That's more than 2 extra levels.
2 and a third levels worth of stun. He's not going for it.
You don't even need to epi the PA. Oh no. Oh no. So sad.
Blur. Wait, they're
Oh.
pinging him. They're pinging him. They know he's there. There's no
No,
cancel in
he's
time,
fine.
though.
Oh, this is like sad to watch, but Dire's still net worth lead for a while. It is kind of turning right now though, but
And the lead's not growing, which means the longer the lead doesn't grow, the less significant it becomes. It's kind of stable at that 5k sort of marker there.
yeah, I mean, once Smiley hits level 18 in this BKB, he'll actually start to do damage. He'll actually be a presence in these fights. So, yeah, I feel like I'm flaming Dire too much, but they really need to catch this PA or like any of these heroes in this island. Look at what they're doing right now. They're like the Fury cutting the mid lane. This guy's farming top. They're like extremely split up from each other. If they just have
Waiting. They're just tired of waiting. They're saying, you know what? If Radiant is running away from us, run it down the lane. Drop the Tombstone. Use the Exo. Screw it. We are strong right now. Let's do it. Make them respond to us. And, well, they're just letting their eyes go.
Yeah, Fury was kind of late on the defense here. He was pushing out the mid lane. So didn't TP back in time. That means that they're gonna get this just a free lane. This is like not the biggest deal though for Radiant. It probably could have been defended, but you're just waiting for Smiley to hit his timing, and you don't really mind.
Is that the BKB, or do you need more than that at this point?
It's BKB in level 18,
Okay.
so like I think you'll want to wait for him to get an extra level, but he does have the BKB finish now once it comes out on the courier. He just can T-back to base.
Yes, do you already have a tome available? They do not. Okay.
I mean, they might just go right now. Like it's kind of a big damage increase, but they are still fine. Like he still does a good amount of damage. And now Dire is splitting up, but I don't really. I think this is like a suboptimal time to go about it. Okay, they're recongregating.
Is the 4-man smoke from Head Bonk. Everybody but Shrek, who of course can join the fight with that Solar Guardian. Fury leads the way to DD on PA. Fury has Quill Journey, but Journey is a big KB. He is ready to fight. Smiley blinks upon in on Journey, but Journey's still. Ooh, he's just dead. As that happens, Fury and Shrek have found Camel Farmer, but he's still 1/3 HP. Fume Ritz down Aurora, as now Camel Farmer will burrow away from the fight, but Radiant pursue. The blink in from Smiley brings down Camel Farmer. They move to Boljax. Boljax is dead, and Bing Chilling are fighting now to 2v4, but the 2 is very strong. It's Fume. Correction, it's just Fume. The crit from Smiley is far too much. Fume has 2 lives, now has 1 life. Radiant herself, the Misty Flare is there on Fume. The blink in again from Smiley. The Epi, the Burrow, they're trying to turn. It's 2 kills on Fury and Shrek the Green Knight, but Acid Rain has bought back as well. The buybacks. They were costly from Bing Chilling, but they appear to have paid off. The Burrow as well, canceling the TP of Baboon. An ultra kill for Camel Farmer, and that might be the play they needed. It cost them 3 buybacks, but now they can get buybacks in return.
That was important. Okay, so this is good for Dire's favor. They did have to buy back on a ton of heroes. The 3, 4, or they're 2, 4, and 5, but this is at least some momentum, and they're going to be able to keep control of the map right now. Camouflage, do you see his skill build, by the way? He's got a point. He's got stats over Caustic. That's kind of crazy.
I mean, apparently he's just not hitting things. Literally ever. I haven't really been watching that carefully, but apparently he's prioritizing 40 HP and 0.3 armor over points in Caustic.
I just, what's it called? I just saw him stun a creep wave with Caustic on it, and the creep wave didn't die, and I was so confused. And then I thought that he just got like 6 levels from the last team fight because he bought back and got all the kills, but that's just false. It's just not even true.
Fury's in the pit, but Roshan is still low. Silence on Voltax. Voltax, the Misty Flare, but Aegis has gone to Journey. Fury, high risk, high reward, but he has been punished highly.
True. And another problem for Radiant, Smiley's not gonna have a DD for this fight most likely, so it's gonna be a lot harder.
We can guarantee that. We can't have a DD until he's minute 28. We can guarantee that much. Fume links in. He's wild. He's crazy.
If they went on him right now, then he wouldn't be. No, he wouldn't die because he's got the mech from the DP and the Undying Heal unlocked.
Now he's on the back lines looking faster, and the crit brings down the DP. Fume has traded for Aurora, though. Aurora buys back. Radiance are struggling with the Tombstone. However, they're being kited around. Shrek is stunned, and Dire focus the melee barracks. It's now 2 sets for Bing, Chilling, Smiley, Inkswell, Dagger. Blink? No blink. But Fury has blink in for Fume, but Fume once again has 2 lives. Silence, but the Burrow's there on Shrek the Green Knight. Shrek has fallen. He does have buyback. Reincarnate has been utilized. But Fume is blinked away. Smiley could not Inkswell cancel his blink in time. Fury blinked in, coils Camel Farmer. Shrek buys back. They want the Sand King. They get the Sand King. It's a dieback on Camel Farmer. They head to Journey. Ubikibis, TPs. Gets away. For Dire, it was not a perfectly clean retreat, but they got what they came for. They got another set of barracks and 2 more buybacks.
There are kind of bleeding barracks here on Radiant, but PA is like a good hero at coming back from these kinds of games, I think. If you just kind of like if you get really farmed on PA to the point where like even if you're mega, you're just like the strongest hero in the game, you can still win those. It's not really looking like that right now. The PA still has quite a ways to go. Wraith King has to feed a couple of times before it gets to that point. They got the Viper Shard as well. The Viper Shard plus all the minus armor from the Wraith King just melted those buildings. That was crazy. The Viper Shard is like super strong. I was gonna say broken, but I'm not sure if I'd call it broken.
Certainly good this game, I can tell you that much. It is effective in this exact situation he's in. We're at the point now where
It's like good every game, but yeah, I think it's definitely helping out a lot for clearing out these buildings.
it was very good this game in particular, I can tell you that much. I guess if it's good every game, it's good this game too, but it's been powerful. Two racks down, but Bing Chuling, they're only up by 9k, actually down by 2 kills. The stats are a little bit wild. Headbonk is smoked as 3. They've run into Bing Chiling's smoke. He burrows there on 2. It's fantastic! It's what they need. Big hippies are popped. Baboon is dead. The crits, are they enough? DP, now dead. They move to Undying, who has fallen, but his tombstone on the high ground. It's a fantastic tombstone. Fury cannot kill it. Burrows there on Smiley. Smiley has no big hippie. It's still on cooldown. Smiley blinks in, but can he fight? No, he cannot possibly fight. He crits Journey, but Journey is just too tanky. 3 heroes are dead on the side of Headbonk. And all 3 have no buyback. Viper has 2 lives. All of the cores on Bing Chiling are good to play Dota 2. And you mentioned how they were bleeding barracks. They're no longer bleeding barracks. They are hemorrhaging barracks. They are running out of barracks to bleed. There's only 1 set left. And they're not even going, they're even going tier 4s.
No buyback PA. Buyback on Dawnbreaker's cooldown. Buyback on Grimstroke is cooldown. This is definitely a window. They killed the building so fast. This Viper Shard is going to destroy the Ancient. Like, this is game.
There's no glyph left, and there's no defenders. It's only 2. The burrow, the damage, it's just too much.
Look at this start. Minus 20 armor.
It's over.
GG.
Bing Chiling, they have defended their title. They will be your Season 9 Lance champions.
Well played. I think this game they maybe could have played a little bit better on catching heroes, but game 2, I think they played really solidly. And I mean, especially after game 1, I'd say they really turned it around. But we were concerned about just like a quick and easy 2-0 from Headbonk, but it was quite the opposite.
It's just unbelievable the fashion in which they won. Where it was a bit dirty, but you know what? What matters is the win. And they got the win. I mean, they did it. They won it 2-1. It was a long journey through playoffs. They lost to Headbonk in winners finals, but in the run back, they got what they wanted.
Oh, we can talk about MVP for the last game or this game. Who's your MVP this game?
I mean, it's Mr. 30 in the eyes, I think, right? I mean, Journey.
Interesting. Okay.
I think ruining Smiley's game the way he did was so pivotal to the way this game turned out.
Also, my MVP's Fume. Actually, I think he actually played really well this game, and yeah, I think he took the fights pretty decently. Yeah, I'm not really like his he kind of messed up the lane early on, but it also kind of wasn't his fault because the Undying wasn't in his lane, and I think he had like he had 2 deaths in the lane, and then he had 1 in that team fight with the double damage rune, and then those were his only deaths for the entirety of the game.
All right, so we are going to be interviewing the champions of League of Legends Season 9, Bing Chiling.
All of them again?
All of them. And if you're,
Yeah.
I'm going to link to the server if you don't already have it, but
I probably won't have it unless it's the League of Legends server.
we do not. I will link it to you then. Once oh, there they are. And
Hello.
we are being joined. There's a lot of gamers in here.
Yeah,
Yep.
we have a big fan base.
Cheerleaders.
All right, congratulations, Nebula. You've done it. I should say, congratulations, Bing Chiling. You've done it. It's back-to-back championships. How you boys feeling?
Fucking great. The game 1 doesn't even fucking matter. Didn't even matter. Unfazed. Yeah. I was running off.
Yeah, that's what happened in the winners bracket finals. I think like the winner of game one just got too overconfident. You know,
That's just game one. You guys touched on it briefly, but what was going? You guys spent a lot of time between game one and game two, not willing to say G for game two. What was going on through the comms there between those two games? Were you meant for resetting? Were you feeling pretty happy still? What was going on there?
God, I don't remember which pause this was. Which pause was this?
No, that
no,
was
it was just like
in
the,
between games. This was Fume getting Wendy's.
Yeah, he was getting his
He was
Wendy's.
getting Wendy's.
Yeah. so we
oopsie.
couldn't
Yeah,
go.
I said BRB. Had to get something, real quick.
Huh.
Unrelated to Dota, you know how it is.
Yeah.
We kind of had our plan after game one. Our original plan was to ban Storm, but I got debated into banning Medusa. But after we kind of got back on track, we kind of got into our original game plan, and it worked out really well.
Yeah, I think game one, their Storm BKB timing made it so we couldn't fight at all. So I just kind of banned it out and didn't think they had another hero that could accomplish the same thing on the map.
Agreed. I was
I'd
saying
like-
the same thing during the drafts.
I'd like to think it was my pep talk after game one.
Fuck yeah.
Also that.
It must have been.
That's true. You guys are cheating. You do have 2 players that aren't on your team in the voice channel.
We're just listening to comms. We're muted the whole game.
Yeah. One of them's a legend ranked player. So
You say on my account.
go fuck yourself, man.
It's Switch Legend again?
We have a margin.
No, we gotta
What?
shout out to We Lick 'em though. We do have to shout them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
and-
undefeated, by the way.
we would not have
Undefeated
picked
lads,
Lycan
yeah.
if it wasn't for him.
Fellow Wraithing connoisseur.
Yeah. Fellow Wraith King enjoyer.
Yeah, you mentioned Wraith King. Game 3, man, that was a rough start for Fume. You had a really rough start to that lane.
Yeah.
I mean, I died twice, but they didn't contest my CS at all. So I never feel like that pressured as long as I'm still CSing fine.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
dying's not great, but it didn't really affect my net worth too much.
Why did you guys choose to lane game 3 the way that you did? Because I at least what I was saying in the cast was that I understand the idea that you want to put the ranged heroes with the strength hero, or the ranged heroes with the melee heroes, but I felt like you made your lanes more difficult by moving the Undying away from the Dawnbreaker. I'm curious.
Journey?
So,
That's what we thought, we kind of talked about, but we also thought that if PA had no strength from being pelted at by poison attack and decay, they'd never have a chance of doing their combo of Swell into Phantom Strike, which is why I don't know what PACS was like, but she literally was daggering for last hits at minute 3 because she was always at 400, 300 health, at max health on top of the fact she was being pelted down by me nonstop. So it kind of was just the thought of securing the Viper's lane more. We knew at some point I was going to get rotated on by Pop, but that's his life. We had no counterplay to that. But if we could shut down PA, I think PA had a 18+ minute Battle Fury. We also knew that the PA pick was coming, roughly. I think we had a few options in mind. PA was one of them. And that was what we came to. That if that happened, we'd look for shifting Undying to Viper. Or Undying with Viper at 24.
Yeah,
It makes sense.
that was the.
Yeah, maybe
I
it made
think-
things harder, but I also think it probably made my lane, which I think was important to our overall game plan if we went Viper.
Yeah, I think if I remember, if they went PA, you guys were going to figure it out. If they went TA, you were going to Darkseer. And if they went
Yeah.
AM, you were going to Slardar, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that was the plan. Yep.
Yeah.
we had options. I think for the most part, besides game 1, our drafts were pretty good. We knew the Medusa pick was coming, which is why we took Grim first phase, because we knew that they were going to 16-17 Medusa or 8 Medusa. And then they ended up taking Medusa, and we knew that we were going to go with Grim Darkseer combo, just have more better Medusas than they do.
And then Jakiro too.
It
More
was such a
smash
meme, but
damage.
we going into that phase, we knew they were probably going to contest Chaos Knight, and the Chaos Knight had literally 0 impact. So going into game 3, we knew that they would ban it or not pick it, and then game 2, we knew that they were going to pick Medusa. I don't know how or what our conclusion was, but we were very adamant about them picking Medusa.
I was trying. I said the same thing during the draft. You guys first phase ban, or not first? Yeah, you guys first phase banned at game 1 and then left it in. So
Yeah.
I figured that they'd pick it because it's also a pretty good lane against Sand King.
Yeah.
Kind of in the Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, that's also part of the reason why we wanted Sand King both game 2 and game 3, because Campbell kind of fucking shit on kids with it. So
Yeah, the Sand King mid's been really successful for us too.
yeah,
Like we've done really well with it.
yeah, Sand King in general has been one of our strongest heroes in scrims and across the season. And Camel definitely kind of just shit on kids, as I said. No mercy.
Shitting on kids 24/7.
Favorite task.
We have we're going to wrap it up at this point. Unless logically, you got any more questions for the boys? Or are you good?
No, not really. But you won game 3 on Wraith King last season as well, right? Fio?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes. He's in the same thing in draft, yeah.
I was going into the finals. If we made it to game 3, I was gonna make a joke of asking for Pangolier. Because we went with Pangolier last season, and the joke of our team for the past 3 seasons is that I'm a terrible Pangolier player, despite the fact that I think the only game I played it last season, we won, like really convincingly in Grand Finals game 3. So I was gonna ask for it again, but I don't think Pangolier was a pick at 24.
True.
It was also banned, but other than that, yeah.
Was it
a
banned?
pick.
Oh, right,
I
yeah, we
believe
banned
so.
it.
We banned it.
14.
Yeah, Grim Pango. Yeah, I think you guys.
Right. Ah, that's sad. Fucking Bulljax is briefing me.
What can you do?
I'm happy to see that you went for Armlet Dessa again this game. Have you bought a Radiance on that hero since the end of last season? Fio?
Only like against like PL Naga's games. But yeah,
makes
pretty
sense,
much all
makes sense.
physical now.
Take it away, Badger.
Yeah,
That's all I have.
we're gonna go through the usual question round. But I'll ask Bing Chling collectively. Congratulations. You got any final words, call outs, shouts to say to the people of League of Legends?
Yes, shout out Frostfire.
Yep, shout out Frostbite.
Shout out Frostfire.
Thanks, Squid. But
You're welcome to all the people in the Champions Lounge. Saved you for another season.
Yeah, you're welcome. Next season, though, you guys are doomed.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Dear Lord. I'm going to ask the same question to Logical. Thank you for
Unplug my mic.
coming on to the co-cast, Logical, as always. Do you have any final words, call out, shouts to say to the people of League of Legends?
Shout out to you, Badger. You always make the cast very easy on me. I can just turn my brain off and say what's happening on the screen.
That's what I do. That's what I do. I turn my brain off and say what's happening on screen. What do you mean?
It sounds like you're pretty brainless caster, so that's good.
Oh, before you guys go, can I give a little bit of insight into what happened in game 2?
You know what? Dude?
Sure,
Go
of
for it.
course.
So, Acid Rain
no.
was having some internet issues. And so,
True.
as you guys might have learned, and so the solution was all 4 of them. Well, Acid Rain left Discord, and all 4 of them were muted in Discord, and so all 5 of them were using in-game comms instead of Discord comms.
We turned on open mic.
You want to know who's also having internet issues? It's convenient. I was having internet issues.
Yeah, they were really taking the treat it like a pub to a whole new level using in-game chat.
Jesus, that's
Yep.
that's amazing, actually. Congratulations, boys. To the viewers, thank you for tuning in for a 2-1 victory for Bing Chling over Headbunk in the Season 9 League of Legends Grand Finals. Me and Logical will be back for some CSL Grand Finals playoff casting Saturday, 6:30 p.m. EST, I believe. Hopefully. We'll find out. Of course, we're back for Season 10 of Lads. No question about that one. But for now, thanks for tuning in. Sorry about the internet issues. I apologize. I will be having a stern word with my ISP featuring a baseball bat tomorrow, I assure you. And hopefully I'm not in the news or anything. So, yeah. But it's enough for tonight. If you want to hire me in Logical Casting Pro tournaments, contact me on Twitter, twitter.com/BadgerDota2, or Discord at Badger5713. I assure you the internet is better ordinarily, but for now, thank you for watching, and as always, have a great night.